Welcome to Hey Assbutt.
You made it.
Yeah.
You're here, and we're happy about it.
And Ben's crunching on ice.
Oh god, it
Ben's
feels so
an
good.
ice cruncher.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Ben. I'm an ice cruncher too. And if I had ice in my cup, I would be crunching ice right along with you.
That's why I went for a root beer. Root 66 beverage from Sonic.
Yeah, we all got Route 66 beverages from Sonic today.
Because we enjoy in-jokes.
Yeah. But I'm kind of pissed off because on these goddamn cups, it doesn't say, because we were just going to write an extra 6 on them.
We're going to go Route 66 and then draw like a 6 and then post it on Instagram or something.
Yeah,
it's going to be adorable.
We're still going to like make a post because it's going to be cool, like 3 cups, because you can tell what the fuck they are.
Yeah. Everyone knows what everyone knows what too much beverage from Sonic looks like.
Yeah, it's
too much.
I mean, it's sure as fuck not a big gulp from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Not that we have those around here.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's still
because life
goddamn
is
big.
cruel.
Damn right.
But yeah, so we'll get to that later. We'll get to finishing this drink in that later. I want you to know that crunching is inhuman because everyone knows you can't use teeth to cut through ice.
See, I was right. Ari,
That doesn't make any sense.
one of us was right. Ari
Yeah.
does hate ice crunching.
I hate ice crunching.
You know, actually,
My teeth hurt right now.
apparently, crunching on ice is basically the same as chewing on rocks.
Really?
But the only difference is that ice actually melts, which is why it breaks.
Yeah.
Versus rocks, which can't melt unless you have lava in your mouth, which at that point you're probably dead anyway, so it won't matter.
I am pretty hot. Y'all did that backwards. Travis is supposed to sigh and you're supposed to laugh.
And here we
Yeah.
are.
What
we are.
what bizarro universe am I in?
We
Opposite day.
drove down Route 66.
I did well.
We drove down Route 666.
Yeah, 66.
666. 66666.
66.
And now we're in hell.
Yeah.
This is my hell.
This is hell.
Doing this
Well,
podcast with you guys.
Welcome
But
to
like,
hell.
it's like
Welcome
a
to
fun
hell. Welcome to hell.
It's gonna
welcome to hell if you wouldn't mind coming right this way.
It is gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah.
Straight to hell.
Oh my god.
You know, the road to hell is paved with podcasts. So,
This is
Yep.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, there's some bad ones.
long
Yeah,
way
you
there.
gotta find ways to fill your time while you're driving there.
Yeah, and podcasts are the way to do it.
Yeah.
So, all right, well,
Well, like, if there is a road to hell, like Route 666, what do you think it's like? Do you think it's just like constantly filled with like speed bumps?
I think it is like driving through West Texas and New Mexico.
Oh God! Oh, son of a bitch!
I think
I
that's
was
what
going
it's
to
like.
say West Kansas,
Yeah, very
which
similar.
I don't know if you've ever driven through West Kansas. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And it's so flat you can see your cat run away for 4 days.
Oh fuck! Isn't there? There's a town in like that area in like the desert. I know it's like it may be closer to California, from like Nevada side. Isn't there like a city called like Satan's Butt Crack or Taint or something?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the
Probably.
town's
No,
called.
for real.
I'm sure that the founders of the town were like,
Let's do some.
I
Google.
want my home to look like to
Okay,
be
Google.
reminiscent
Siri, you
of
know
Satan's
how
Taint.
there's
Satan's
like a
Bun Crack
crazy...
Taint.
Oh, Siri
Okay,
already
stop.
Oh no, Siri, don't say my address out loud.
No, Siri, say it. Say the address. I dare you.
Okay, Google Satan's Butt Crack Town.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure this exists and it's not just like a Google farce?
No, I'm pretty sure it's
What,
the
have you
thing.
been there?
Yeah.
And it's... Okay, so you're telling me that somebody gets postal service to Satan's Butt Crack, Nevada.
Yeah. Let's see. Or we can do this the fun way. Because I think she's off.
So you're telling me that there is a shop somewhere where when they get goods delivered to them,
What are you doing?
it's 1-800
Are you
Main
calling
Street,
your sister
Satan's,
right now?
Nevada. Satan's Butt Crack, Nevada.
Yeah.
See, I just don't believe that's a thing because who would... I mean, I am flabbergasted at the fact that Kalamazoo exists. Like, who...
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hold on.
it's probably in Arizona.
I would believe that Satan's Butt Crack Town is like a name of something, but only if it's in a different language. Because Americans
Nah.
are lazy and they'll never look up.
Damn it.
They'll never look up the language. So,
Yeah.
Satan's Butt Crack
It's something like that. It's like Satan's Taint or something. There's Satan's Taint Playground.
Okay, it's not a real place. It's just like a fake name that got made up for Arizona.
No, for real. There is a town.
I just looked this up, Benjamin.
All right. No, she like saw like a street sign or some shit.
Probably as a joke, because apparently another thing to call Arizona is Satan's butt crack, which I could believe in, yes.
Yeah, it's probably that. Could be how it got twisted. But there is a Satan's Taint Playground in Glendale, Arizona.
Well, I would believe that, because if I had any metal machinery in fucking Glendale,
Yeah.
metal, like, can you imagine like a metal slide and just your thighs, like when you were a kid and you're running around in shorts, can you imagine your thighs just melt? Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, the South, like Alabama, gets hot, but it does not get Arizona hot.
But it doesn't get humid in Arizona.
That's true.
I mean, y'all were outside earlier. Did you start sweating as soon as you walked out the door?
Pretty much.
Yes.
What was your go-to playground equipment thing that you wanted to play on when you were a kid?
I actually didn't have any go-to playground equipment things that I want to play on as well.
That's sad. Well, what did you enjoy?
So I enjoyed like tag,
Tag is fun.
like freeze tag or crab tag or
Fair enough. All right.
category tag
Fair enough. Oh, that was fun too.
or laser tag.
Did you have anything, Travis?
I always liked the slide.
Okay, see, slide was fun, but on those hot days,
Yeah.
yeah,
The slide was fun, or any kind of tube I could crawl in.
those are fun.
I didn't like the tubes because they're too confining
Fair enough.
and they were hard to breathe in.
See, they were fun if like it was you and somebody else. Like the ones with the windows on them too, where they were kind of open a little bit.
Yeah.
You could just like sit in there and like talk for a while.
Like the McDonald's play place ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys could do some smooching,
Maybe.
Maybe.
some kids smooching,
Yeah.
kids
weird.
smooching kids.
I feel weird saying yeah to that. To be honest.
You
I would
were
go.
a child once.
This is true.
Ben and Mr. Girl sitting in the McDonald's play tube. Kissing. First comes love, then comes forgetting she exists, then comes denial.
Do you guys remember the absolute fucking nasty plague-ridden ball pits that used to roam the countryside? Yeah. Not even roam the countryside, but like would dot the countryside in McDonald's and Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Play ball pits were a joy to behold.
They were a joy to behold for bacteria.
Yeah, they were great.
If you ever wanted to drown a sibling in something, but like you couldn't get away with actually murdering them in water, I'm telling you, those things were a godsend.
Yeah.
Me and my sister did beat the shit out of each other in a ball pit once.
Yeah,
That was
man,
fun.
you can't get injured in a ball pit. It's like some sort of rule. It's insane.
Yeah.
You can't throw up in a ball pit, and that is not fun.
You can throw up, and
it's a party foul.
You can shit all over the place in a ball pit.
Yes, you can do that, but you cannot get injured in a ball pit.
On that shitty note, one of the last times I was small enough to play because the Dairy Queen in Hartselle
The Dairy Queen had one?
had a play place.
Jesus.
It was this it was like this 2-story thing. It was amazing.
Did you guys ever, when you were a kid, you drove past, like you were on a trip with your parents and you drove past the McDonald's or the Chick-fil-A that had like the indoor playground?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
and you were
talking
like,
about. Yeah.
this is the height of luxury.
Pretty fucking much.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember a fucking 3-story indoor play place at a Chick-fil-A.
God damn.
Uh-huh. It was huge.
You know what we need to go to?
A play place?
A play place at a Chick-fil-A.
I was going to say we need to go to City Museum.
Where?
It's in St. Louis, and it is an adult play place playground.
That
The rule
sounds
is
awesome.
if you can climb on it, you can climb on it.
Sweet.
Like, or in it, or around it,
God.
or up it.
Can you drink in this place?
Yes, you can,
Oh,
my
son
friend.
of a bitch.
Hang on, I'm getting a call from work.
Stingers. Okay, what were we talking about pre-Travis's phone call?
Oh, play places and
Yeah,
shit.
play places.
Oh, we were talking about City Museum.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can drink. It's in St. Louis, and it's a good fucking time.
Is it BYOB or do they have stuff?
I think they have a bar.
Okay,
Son
cool.
of a bitch.
I'm like 95% sure.
Yeah, no,
They
I
have
think
like an after hours.
we'd probably get booked on a show, the three of us, and then just go nuts in this place.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
But speaking of things that were like when you saw a place, like it was a foreign fast food place. Because I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
We did not have things such as this. Only the Dairy Queen had play places, and we sure as fuck did not have a McDonald's that had an N64 or a GameCube in it.
Yeah, no, I've never seen one
Yeah,
of those.
I've never seen that
Only
either.
in pictures.
Really?
Only in my
pictures.
dreams.
All right, there was this one that we would we went on this field trip. There was this one town for like 3 years in a row. It was 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I don't remember which city in Alabama it was, but we would stop at the same McDonald's
Yeah.
every time. And then finally in like 6th or 7th grade, when I was in chorus in middle school, we stopped at the place and they still had them.
Oh.
But yeah, like it was like 4 years when I was in school when we just played Smash Brothers and Mario Tennis at McDonald's. And like some of us
That's
just
awesome.
didn't eat and just played Smash Brothers for like an hour.
That's awesome
That's
and
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
This wasn't a fast food place, but there was this when I was a kid and we'd go back to Texas. There'd be a place where my grandparents would take me to get a haircut.
Yeah.
And they had like NESs and PS1s and
yeah.
N64s and shit like that, so
Yeah.
you could play a game as they were cutting your hair.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Do y'all
but now I'm too
remember-
old for that shit.
What's a solid way to like keep kids still?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
and then that was
It can
for
be a
like
nightmare getting kids to get their hair cut.
that was
Yeah.
for like 5 and up, and then for younger than that, they had barber chairs, but they were like you'd get sat in basically the the coin operated like ride machines.
Yeah.
There was like an airplane and a boat and a race car, and you'd sit the smaller child in there and they'd play with like the wheel and the buttons in there while you cut their hair.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, really great.
Genius.
Yeah. Solid move.
Can I tell you all about the first time I've ever truly felt betrayal?
No.
Okay. I was 5 years old.
Shit.
And at the time, I wanted a pixie cut. And my mom took, and I didn't know it was called a pixie cut at the time. I just called it a boy's haircut. All right, a boy's haircut, because I was not as versed in gender dichotomy as I am now. Right,
Fair.
I hadn't taken a gender studies class yet, so.
Fair enough.
And my mom took the haircut, took the salon. What the fuck are they called? Hairstylist.
Hairstylist.
Took the hairstylist aside and was like, "A bob, please." And they gave me a bob, and I was like, "Ah, I see. I have been taken for a fool. I will never forget this Neo mode."
Oh, is it Neo
It was
Mode?
at Neo Mode.
I used to get my haircut at Neo Mode all the time. My neighbor used to work there.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's, when we first moved to Huntsville, that was like the place to go for haircuts.
Yeah.
Maybe we saw each other there.
Yeah, maybe.
Passing in the wind. It's always, so Travis, we both grew up in Huntsville, and
Yeah.
so like we'll do that thing where it's like, oh, you were there? I was there too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We were at the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
But didn't know each other.
Yeah, so we just like passed like ships in the night.
I love finding out about stuff like that.
I know, isn't
Yeah.
it cool?
It's like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've only ever had that happen with like one person in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Because like it's usually like sure comedy shows that happen like on like Tinder and stuff like that.
Right.
But like the coolest one I can think of, I used to like 303. Still kind of do. I'll be honest. They're fun. But they came to UAH several years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was like Scott Easton or somebody was like there for that show too, and
That's funny.
it was shit like that.
It's
yeah.
fun. I think it's the funnest when there's not a whole lot of people there, but still enough that like you're not going to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And B, the longer it's been since that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the real memorable one for me and Travis is you were doing tech on a play, right? At Randolph?
Yeah. What? It was a play.
Was it a play on words?
Basically, it's called like Marigolds or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Radiation.
The gamma
like,
ray effects on the
yes.
Man in the Moon marigolds.
Yeah,
You went
the
to go
gamma-
see that
yes.
show.
I went to go see the show.
That was the first show I ever worked tech for.
Right.
At in my high school theater program.
I
yeah.
was like a senior in high school.
That's adorable.
You were like not a senior.
I was a tiny baby.
I mean that.
He was
that's
like a
fucking
literal
cute.
baby.
Yeah.
So-
Just in
Yeah.
diapers
Were
and a
you-
headset.
Good show too. That was it's a good play.
It's-
Everyone should
yeah.
go read or go see that play. If it's someone's putting that production on, go see it. Or just go find it. It's the
It's
gamma
like
ray effects
3
on Man in the Moon
yeah.
Marigold.
Buy
It's about,
your tickets now. It's selling out.
Yeah.
Go to Huntsville Theater.
It's
Company.
sweeping the nation.
It's
by
about this young girl who's like lives with her like
She lives with her
shut-in mom.
Yeah, shut-in mom and crazy sister
Yeah.
who has epilepsy.
yes, and
The epilepsy isn't what makes her crazy. It's the trying to be like her mom thing that makes her crazy.
yes, and her shut-in mom like the main character, has gotten is involved in a science project testing the effects of gamma rays on Man in the Moon marigolds. And it's basically about their like family drama. It's a really sweet play, and
it's really sweet and
good for theater groups to do because it has one set.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not a whole lot of actors.
And also really great for all-female cast.
Yeah.
That's why we did that show, is because all the girls in that show were all seniors.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was their like graduating show.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Did you? Okay, I have to ask this because one of the things I remember from that show.
Oh, I think I know what you're about to ask.
Wait, I don't. Do you?
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
One of the things I remember from that show is there was a tech person standing behind. There was this like island on the set, and there was this tech person sitting behind. I could see their Converse. Was that you?
No.
Oh.
No, I was up in the audio booth.
Oh, okay.
So, you probably don't even remember like what day or show you went to.
I don't.
But there was one of the shows where there's a scene where the character who was the mom is supposed to turn on the radio, and she has this like whole manic breakdown where she's like breaking furniture and tearing newspapers up and stuff like that. And so we chose to play. She turns on the radio, and It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To starts playing.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one of the shows where the CD player stopped working. Like, we couldn't get it to turn on. So we were, like, frantically trying to get it to turn on. But the girl on stage, she was so good that she, like, was turning it on and turning it on and turning it on, and the music wasn't happening. So she just takes the radio and smashes it on the ground.
That's awesome.
And continues to do her scene in silence.
That's great.
Which made it even crazier.
Jesus Christ.
I don't remember that happening, but I do remember that scene that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I have read that play later, a couple years later. Speaking of high school,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of high school.
let's talk about some high school experiences.
What was the worst thing, or like either the worst or the most memorable thing that happened to you while you were in high school,
Okay.
or just that happened?
I've got both of those.
Okay. I've got two as well.
One of the worst things that happened while my class was in high school was an AP biology class, and they dissected cats, and one of the kids was entrusted with putting all the cats in a trash bag and taking it to the dumpster, but it didn't wind up in the dumpster. It just wound up ripped open in the back of somebody's pickup truck.
Oh, no.
C'est la vie in Alabama.
Yeah. And they were out there all day.
All I'm imagining is this, like, hot,
Yeah.
bulbous cat corpses that have had their organs removed and put back, and ugh, gross.
Yeah.
It's a gnarly time.
And it was like the person whose truck it was, they went out there and like went back and told a teacher about it. And they even like went and got the security footage from the
Fuck.
Damn.
from the parking lot camera and everything like
Mr.
that.
Ritzy school with my school has security cameras.
That's like most schools, I think.
Mine
Yeah.
did. Well, I think mine does now. Mine, the old school of the older one, because I moved. We had a new one built my senior years when we could start.
Yeah.
The older one was just a hallway. We did not have security cameras.
Nice.
The new one, shit ton of fucking.
They had security cameras on the outside, but not the
Okay.
inside.
Fair enough.
But one of the most memorable things to me is, and this is kind of a two-parter, because when my sister graduated, she's 3 years younger than me. When my sister graduated, the classes are so small. There's always, like, my class was 72. One of the biggest ones was like 100.
Yeah.
So the way at my school they did it, they didn't do it in alphabetical order. They set all the diplomas just on the table, and it was just random draw.
Oh, okay.
And the teachers have a betting pool on who's going to be the last person.
Okay, that's fucking cool.
that
is
cool?
crazy.
Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
I
It's
mean,
so
yeah,
much
but
fun.
it's fucking nuts.
It's so much fun. When I graduated, I was in the top 5.
Nice.
nice.
I mean, by top 5, I don't mean grades. I was in the top 5 of last people.
I like it. Yeah.
My graduation. Oh, sorry. Go on.
But so when my sister graduated, they were calling people up, and every time they went up to shake the headmaster's hand, they'd hand him a Lego piece. And it built like a plane or a boat or something like that. And he built it like on his podium as he was being handed pieces. My class,
What did y'all do?
we have always been the rambunctious buffoons of this school. So we didn't hand him Lego pieces or like a word magnet or something like that. We just handed him rocks. Rocks from the ground. Just, we were, like, our graduation is outside, and...
Wait, where did y'all graduate?
In a field.
Like, in the courtyard of our school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Courtyard.
We got an arena when we graduated.
Well, sorry that
We also
you
had a couple
graduated
hundred
with
people.
10,000 kids or something.
Okay, like 500.
Yeah,
How-
10,000.
How many was in your graduating class?
72.
Have I told you how many was in mine?
Like 13.
27.
Yeah.
I went to my stepbrother. My stepbrother went to a private Christian academy, and his graduation was very long, considering that his graduating class was 32 people.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, ours was 72 people. They still found a way to make it 4 hours long.
Oh,
For my stepbrother, it's because they had like a fucking service
yeah.
and the graduation, which is,
That's what I was about to say.
whatever, but like,
Mine was still an hour.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or maybe longer because it was a church service and people graduating.
See, so that was one of my most memorable things is that my class he just handed the headmaster rocks. And like I said, I was one of the last 5 people to get called.
Yeah.
So by the time I went up there, he was like, "Where's your rock?"
Just got this pile of fucking rocks.
Yeah, he literally had, and he didn't have them up on the podium like he did with the Legos when my sister. He had them like on the bottom shelf in the inside. He was like,
Yeah, what are you supposed to do with just a pile of fucking... Have you
Put 'em on
ever
the-
tried to balance a pile of rocks on the edge of a podium?
so
No, it does not work.
like when I saw the pile of rocks, I was just like, "This is our legacy.
It's rocks.
We
Fucking
are
rocks.
We are
We
the
could hypothetically stone someone to death right now,
we
and
are
I'm
the
very proud
pile
of that.
of useless rocks."
Just beating our way through life.
Yep.
Just fucking...
Y'all really rocked that graduation ceremony.
We did.
Yeah. Well, they walked up to the principal, and they were like, "We will rock you." And then they left. Forever.
See, we weren't even that clever. We were just like, "What's the most inconvenient thing we can do?"
You guys were just like, "Well, normally I just hand him straw, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We have rocks on hand."
We got rocks under our chairs.
And not
Exactly.
straws as in like what goes in a drink. I mean like what horses eat.
Yeah, horses eat hay.
Hey.
Was there... You have anything else about your...
No, that was it.
Miss Arthan? What was in your...
Okay, so you asked what's the most memorable thing that happened when I was in high school.
Memorable or worst?
Worst thing that happened when I was in high school is 5 seniors and 1 junior paid a homeless man to streak through the hallways of my school naked. They paid him with a 5th of whiskey, like $20. And our school was on the Colbert Report when that happened.
Yeah.
I was a freshman, and he streaked through the science hallway. Actually,
Well, so it was just one floor. He didn't like make it up the stairs or anything.
I don't remember. I
'Cause that would be-
don't think so.
Cause that would be fucking nuts if he was able to like go down a hallway and
he
up some
had
stairs. and-
Okay, so here's what I remember. He had a T-shirt on his like junk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to... Like,
Yeah, because he would be like super erect. Because he was definitely not a teenager.
Yeah, no.
And I'm pretty sure streaking in public will put you on a list, especially if you do it
Put
at
you in
school.
prison for
Yeah.
a while.
So, like, if you're a teacher, what do? You tackle that guy? Like,
I'd probably just throw a book at him or hit him in the back of the head with a book.
I mean, I guess. I don't know, but I acted it up on the Colbert Report. Those teenagers had to volunteer at a homeless shelter, and then they couldn't walk or participate in any, like, senior stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
wow,
supposed
yeah,
to be like,
yeah.
Did the school cripple them?
Yeah,
Is that
like,
what we're
yeah.
saying?
No,
What?
they couldn't walk at
Did they get-
graduation,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
which is like kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Like
'cause,
you really have to fuck up to not be able to walk.
Yeah.
And then all of our teachers, for the rest of us, those of us who weren't involved, basically all the teachers were like, "Hey, so why do you heathens not see homeless people as human?" Like the next time we went to class, and we had a very serious conversation about like the value of other people,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
We didn't pay him $20 and a fifth of whiskey. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know,
did
like
did you chip in on the whiskey or the $20? Is that what you're
Yep.
saying, Miss
Yes.
Kobler?
14-year-old
fuck?
me, I was just like, here you go, hand him, here's $1. Like, I was gonna use it to buy Doritos, but instead I'll.
Somebody's walking around doing a pass the hat to pay for a fucking
No,
homeless
that's not.
guy.
Well, I mean,
So
think about
walk-
it, because like these kids didn't exist in a vacuum. Like they came from a culture that said it was okay to devalue this person for a prank.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they paid him a lot or like he was their friend. It's not like they had a friend do this.
Yeah, no.
They
They-
paid somebody who said they saw as expendable,
Yeah.
which is kind of fucked up.
It is
Yeah.
fucked up. It's
They took advantage of him.
yeah.
And they came from a culture that said it was okay to do that, and part of that culture was their classmates. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the freshmen, maybe not 14 and 15-year-old ninth graders,
True.
but at the same time, teenagers are monsters. So who knows?
We were all
Yeah.
teenagers once. We were monsters.
We were. And the most memorable thing that happened to me, well, this isn't the most memorable, but this is something that I think about sometimes, even to this day.
Yeah.
My graduation was hundreds of people. So we did not have the luxury of just being called up willy-nilly.
Yeah. 10,000 people, actually.
It was not 10,000, but
10,001.
It was 5,766.
it was 525,600.
God damn.
So, no, it was not that many. It was a couple of hundred, I think like 500. In the 500s.
500,000.
So I had to sit next to the other KO name in my class. So
Oh, yeah. I
Brittany-
mean, like, that was... We all sat in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay.
But it was the random order of being chosen.
This girl who I sat next to, I have been to school with since I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. My most memorable memories with her are I was the girl who told her how tampons worked. And I threw up at her party during a viewing of Osmosis Jones.
Oh, wow.
So those are like my memories of this girl.
What a viewing party.
When I was in elementary school. This is when both of those events happened. By the way, I got in trouble for explaining to her how periods happen. So
Dang.
I had a little American Girl doll book that like went through what the changes your body.
An American Girl doll book?
Yeah, it was like a your body and you type thing.
American Girl dolls don't change. They're dolls.
No, but they had like books about like being a girl and like
And how to become a doll?
no, and how to become like when when
How to
you grow up
create
and
your own
stuff.
doll sona?
No, what are you talking about? This is like an innocent childhood thing where it's like they were like, hey, do you want to be more organized and ready to get to school on time? Make your breakfast beforehand. Like I did that for a straight year where I was like, yeah, yogurt for breakfast all the time.
Nice.
They were the original like meal planner things. But they had a bunch of books that were like how to be more organized. Here's how to throw a party, like a slumber party.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Here are the horrific changes your body going through, you elder god, you.
Nice.
Like,
I wish I had a book like that.
yeah, I know, right? It was like cute and stuff, and I just shared it with this girl, and then she had to tell her stupid parents, and then her stupid parents told my stupid parents. And then I got in trouble for it.
What a bitch.
I know, right?
That's a weird thing to get in trouble for.
So
Yeah.
anyways, those are my memories of her. And during graduation, we would like bounce these balls around. And one of them, a beach ball, came for my face and she bopped it out of the way. And then she turned to me and went, "You owe me your life." And then we did not talk for the rest of graduation.
No, she's getting an upgrade. She's getting an upgrade. What a cunt. Damn.
It was amazing.
Shit.
It was amazing.
God damn.
And I still think about that sometimes. I still think about the fact that happened, and we have not talked since.
So
feel you.
so
We
now
graduated and promptly stopped talking to each other.
So now
Yeah.
you're thinking about when the time does come
Yeah, when she's gonna collect on that
and
debt.
her life is in danger, you will have to go save her.
I should track her down and wait for her to get hit in the head by like, I don't know, a hot dog or something, and then I should bap it out of the way and be like, paid you back.
Does
Debt's
it have to happen naturally? What if we set this up?
Yeah, I'll throw the hot
if-
dog. Hell, I'll throw
Yeah.
a cinder
Good.
block at her if you want.
Okay, well, maybe I don't want to murder her. That seems harsh. For like something that happened when I was in elementary school.
Hey, man.
It was the 90s, and I don't even remember getting in that much trouble for the American Girl doll
Okay,
thing. So,
okay. Fair enough. I'll dial it back.
okay, so maybe like, I don't know, a Debbie cake or something. Like a little Debbie cake.
No,
like a
don't
Twinkie.
waste the Debbie cake.
Yeah. No, it'll be like a what's
No,
the-
we'll do the
we'll do
gross
the,
ones.
the raisins. Those.
Oh, yeah.
Or
those.
like, you know the little Debbie like cakes with like the hard, weird icing?
Okay, some of those are good.
I fucking hate those.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. It
I'd
depends
be
on
willing
which
to
one.
buy a box just so I could throw one, and I'll eat
And
the
then
rest
just eat
of
the
them.
Oh,
rest
like
of
the
them?
chocolate cupcakes?
Yeah, we can
My
do that.
favorite little Debbie's
Those
are
are good.
the Boston cream pie ones.
Oh,
Those
those
are
are
good.
all right.
Yeah, oatmeal cream, Nutty
Well,
Buddies.
yes, oatmeal
and,
Yeah,
Cream.
Nutty Buddies.
and the chocolate like oatmeal creamy looking ones.
That's how you know who were like the king of the playgrounds back in elementary school?
The kids that had the
The
little
kids that
Debbie.
had the Nutty Buddies.
the
Yep.
fucking Nutty Buddies. For me, I've always been crazy for like Lil Debbie makes them, but I think Hostess are better. The chocolate cupcakes.
yeah,
Yeah, like the Hostess chocolate
With
cupcake.
the
It's
cream
got
in the
the
middle?
little the cream in the middle.
Oh,
It's got
the
the white
ding,
swirly.
the ding dong.
Not a
dong.
ding dong. Ding dong is it's like a ding dong, but it's not covered in. Like when you like search
I know
for a
what you're talking
Hostess
about.
chocolate cupcake.
You know that you can like make those yourself.
Yeah, I know. Honey Pie Bakery does those sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
And they're delicious.
found a recipe for one.
Twinkies
Yeah.
are overrated though.
Twinkies
Yeah.
are overrated.
However, they're just called Hostess cupcakes.
Yeah, literally just Hostess
All right.
chocolate cupcakes.
Yeah, deep fried Twinkies are the shit though.
Oh God.
I refuse to
Ugh.
put that in my mouth.
Yeah.
My body is a temple, and I'm not putting
Yeah.
that shit near me.
Did you have anything else? Oh, mine's a temple. It's just real shitty on the inside.
It's trashed.
Yeah, this one's kind of fun. I won't mention like any names or anything for this next one. So the other story is that this girl and these two dudes were caught in the midst of a devil's threesome.
Whoa.
Oh, you mean like an angelic threesome?
It depends on what you're working with, but yes, yeah. One girl, two dudes.
I just call it a I'm too ace for this threesome.
That's all threesomes for you, my friend.
You're right.
behind the school dumpster
Sure.
during a baseball game.
Ah, risky.
Yeah.
Risky and frisky, my friends.
Yep. But yeah, that one's a little bit more fun. It's kind of funny. Because, yeah. No one expects that at a fucking... Now, it got to the point where because you were talking about shit changing while you were in school. It got to the point every subsequent senior class, up until I was a senior, did a more and more fucked up prank.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think one of the worst ones was somebody like hit a goat at the school, I think, or something. But it got so bad that I think it was the grade before me and my grade, the headmaster, and like his son was in my grade. And he just comes to us and he's like, all right, because like it was during like a class meeting. He's like, all right, look, if y'all do a senior prank, you're not walking, you're not getting a diploma, and you're not going on the senior trip.
Yep.
So we don't have any decent prank stories.
That was the other thing is my my class was so rambunctious that they were like, if y'all do a senior prank, nobody will walk.
Yeah,
And
after
we're just
the
like,
whole,
Jesus.
we made the Colbert Report for that, we were pretty much like, all right,
Yeah.
we're
Our
done.
our senior prank was that we actually did something nice.
God.
Yeah.
Our senior prank is that we were like, this is so bad. We're nice guys. We did have a food fight.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, we had a Nerf gun fight. Like in
Food
the
fights are a
hallway.
lot harder to clean up than Nerf gun fights. And everybody knew it was coming.
true.
And one of the security guards who was at our school, like, I just remember this guy had like a poncho on and
Yeah.
a can of beans that he was about to throw. And the security lady came up to him and was like, took the beans and then threw it on him. It was fucking amazing.
I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
I
And
love hearing about
You know what
that.
was best about that is a lot of the students got held back to clean up the clean up
Oh,
the
shit.
cafeteria, but not me.
Who throws a can of beans?
The security lady. She did it.
Oh, shit.
Was she like the first shot fired?
She was, yeah.
Oh my god.
They
She
were
was
getting
the
ready
shot
for
heard
it.
around the world.
And she was like...
That was like the shot
it
that
was
killed
like-
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
The senior food fight was kind of expected.
Yeah.
Like, it happened every year. Everybody knew it was
okay.
coming, so... Speaking of senior food fights, Travis, what episode are we watching today? Why do we have Route 666 drinks
Okay.
that we've made out of Route 66 drinks?
So the episode we're watching today is called Route 666.
Close, but no cigar, my
think
friend.
Route
that's-
6066.
I think that's like 8 too many sixes. I don't know.
Route 6066.
Oh, Lord.
So, Sam and Dean are...
Now you're just, like, leaning into the
Yeah.
microphone. You're like, you might as well
You're
be
like, hey,
making out with it.
let me
Like,
fucking
it's fucking nuts.
let me ADR some fucking ice crunch noises right now. But Sam and Dean are gonna go to the movies, and they're gonna go see Pixar's Cars. They're gonna go see Pixar's Cars, and Sam and Dean are gonna be so inspired by Pixar's Cars that they're gonna go home and make DeviantArt accounts and start posting artwork of their own Carsonas.
Dean's is just going to be the Impala.
Now I want that to happen. Like,
So
I almost
Shit.
prefer that to the episode.
All right. So because of Rule 34, because you said it, it now exists.
yeah. Let's see some fucking Sam and Dean Carsonas
All right, let's fucking
in the
do
style
it.
of Pixar's
yeah.
Cars. I don't know if that happens this episode, but we're gonna find out.
Let's
Oh my
find the
god.
fuck
Okay,
out.
if we have any artist friends listening to this right now, please draw the Impala in the style of Pixar's Cars.
Hang on.
I would love that. I would put it up on my wall.
I'm pretty sure it's already been done.
Yeah, but I wanted somebody to do it for us.
Hey Siri, we're doing this
I
podcast
want
right
them to
now,
send
and
it
it's
to
called
us with a
it's called Hey
sample of
Assbutt, and
their-
it's
Stop,
a super.
stop,
Okay.
please, stop.
God damn it, Travis.
Travis. I want somebody, because they listen to the show, to be inspired and to create a drawing of the Impala in the style of Pixar's Cars, and then I want them to send it to us with a sample of somebody's semen. That's my dream, and I'm not going to let you take that away from me, Travis.
Okay.
With your, but it's already been done, or we already have tons of samples of people's semen, Ari. We don't need any more. Stop saying that to me, please.
I Googled it and it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist,
doesn't
Travis,
exist?
and
Well,
it needs to exist.
It's going
Yeah.
to exist.
All right, let's
Right.
watch the episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's rock and roll.
All right,
We're back.
we're back.
We made it
We did it.
through episode 13.
Yeah.
Lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13.
We're still here.
Route 606066.
6 by the big 6.
Route 666.
66066.
6066.
Yep.
666. Which, fun fact, we found out actually does take place in the historical Route 66.
Yeah, well, I was like following because there's this in the cold open, you hear the radio. There's this guy in the car, and you hear the radio say something about I-55. So I basically like Google mapped where I-55 starts, which is somewhere in Illinois, and it basically runs along or congruently with parts of historic Route 66.
It's because I said, I was like, because the episode's set in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which I have been to, and I was like, Route 66 isn't in Cape Girardeau, and then Travis looked it up, and it turns out historically, yeah, it is. So nice little Easter egg there, Supernatural writers. Real proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, let's sum up this fucking episode. Are you
Let's do
ready,
it.
guys?
I'm ready.
It's rock and roll.
Okay. Route, or as I've heard it, Route 666. So we open, cold open. And it's a black guy alone in his car listening to Alternative Supernatural Universe NPR,
Yep.
where the voices aren't as nice to listen to, but they are as informative.
Yeah.
And turns out the Republicans almost have enough money to get through their something.
Whatever it was.
Budget something. I don't remember. But it's not important. What's important is that he is being stalked by a giant black truck who is not listening to road rules,
Yeah.
not to paying attention to road etiquette.
Nope.
And that truck, which is the most hideous car I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty bad. Like that.
Yeah.
And we live in Alabama. I only see a truck like that about once a month.
Yeah.
It's like you see a truck like that, and the first thing you think is, you have a small penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when I see a truck like that, I'm like, oh, sorry about your dick. It's
Yeah.
It was like,
It's either that or like, I'm sorry that this is the only thing you have in your life.
yeah,
Literally.
this truck.
You have no personality, no penis.
the only compensation he had was that truck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, it's like one of those, and it had like, and I fucking hate this. You've seen the rolling coal videos online.
Yes, I was about to mention the rolling coal videos. So it's this phenomena. Okay, no. It's this thing where, like, if you're driving like an environmentally conscious car, these big trucks will get in front of you and they will basically build up exhaust and then like let it out into the environment to be a dick to the environment.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like they're purposely letting out more emissions because I guess they hate the earth. I don't know.
They hate the earth. They hate people who are trying to save the earth because they're associating them with the hippy dippy movement.
I had someone do that.
I do understand a hatred for hippies, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
We'll get into that another time.
Why do you hate
I
me
had
so
someone
much?
do
I'm kidding.
Another time.
another time. I had someone do the opposite of that to me when
Yeah.
I used to drive my big Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Like there was a person in a Prius that was going like 35 and a 50 while I was behind them.
Oof.
And they were like, yeah, fuck you. And I kept trying to like
pass
them, and either I kept getting blocked or they would speed up, and then
Don't be a dick in a car, man.
yeah.
That's the real message of this episode.
Yeah, like do as to others as you would want to do unto you,
Yeah.
as Stoner Jesus says. But no, like I drive a diesel.
Yeah.
And like I'll mention that, and like I've had somebody be like, "Oh, you're single-handedly destroying the environment." Like, all right, I'm sorry. I like my fuel efficiency and shit. You fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a thing, and like,
Yeah.
you know, well, first of all, if we're gonna talk about saving the environment, the best thing you can do right now is become a vegetarian and not have any kids.
Oh
Yeah.
that's a lot better than what I thought you were gonna say.
Because you know what's destroying the world? Cow farts, my friend.
Cow farts.
That is true.
Cow farts.
Yeah.
Cow farts are fucking wild.
Yeah, look that shit up. We are not making that up. Like methane from like cow waste production for all your fucking hamburgers.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the problem. While you know, green gas, like yeah, it's not good. Carbon emissions are bad. And then also, a child in the United States is going to use a huge amount of energy, no matter how environmentally conscious they try to be. So don't have any fucking kids, guys.
Yeah. I say like a.
End of PSA.
Yeah, that's probably a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so rolling. Well, this truck was essentially looking like one of those rolling coal motherfuckers with like the extra exhaust going straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who
it
the
was
fuck had
extra.
those in the 60s?
Yeah, that was another thing.
Well,
This
no.
truck did not look like a 60s.
Yeah,
truck.
I think that was one of the things is that the truck, this haunted truck, was from the '60s, and you know, we're almost to the recap, but
Are you
later
We
they
have to
pull
take
it
some
back.
time to talk about this fucking
yeah.
truck,
No,
guys.
no.
we see the original truck, and it is a truck from the '60s.
Are you saying this ghost motherfucker went shopping?
Yeah.
He went shopping for a new truck?
No,
Yes.
here's what it was. The truck, because it's not just that it's a haunted car, because there wasn't a physical car.
Yeah, because it would disappear.
The ghost was in the form of a car, guys.
Yeah.
And that
Ghost car.
ghost car had like fucking extra lights and golden rims.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking exhaust pipes sticking up. It was fucking nuts.
It was blaring Pantera. This
when I think
motherfucker
of,
was
like,
down with the time.
Truck from the 60s. I'm thinking of like a rounded,
Yeah.
sort of.
You know, like
Like-
the way trucks looked in the 60s.
From the side, it had that with like the step up and shit. That looked
Yeah.
very 60s, but the extra exhaust and the
And the cage in front of it.
Yeah.
Here's what it was. He went to Ghost Pimp My Car. Pimp
Ghost
My
Exhibit
car.
worked on this truck.
Yes.
And he just told him, and he told Ghost Exhibit, yeah, I need a truck that's good for killing people, pushing cars over into lakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ghost Exhibit hooked that shit up.
Yeah. Also, if I could get, like a aquarium in my car, that would be cool too. And just like a mini bar. I don't know. I get thirsty.
Yeah.
I would go for, if I could put a mini bar in my glove box.
It would be swanky.
By
Yeah.
mini bar, it's just going to be a bottle of whiskey. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah, actually.
Anywhere's a mini bar if you have a tiny bottle of whiskey.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
There actually is enough room in my glove box to fit like a mini bar. Like I could set it up. I could put some lights.
It's like,
That would be, oh
Yeah.
my God, that would
Put
be
some
awesome.
lights, put some tiny bottles, a little glass.
That'd be schwank as
For
fuck.
your,
Yeah.
by the
Only
way,
thing I wouldn't have was ice.
your mini bar for the people in your passenger seat because we do not approve of drunk driving. Guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a mini bar for your passengers.
You're
For the
right.
people in the back seats, for limousines and rich folk alike.
Well, now that we've talked about this hideous fucking car, like seriously, it was.
Like
It's
I'm
bad.
honestly
It's
glad that
bad.
the car mostly shows up at night because we didn't have to see it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in shadow mostly. I mean, it's a black car, but it was mostly in shadow, so that was nice.
And it had its lights on, so it
kinda-
was only bright in front of it. and
Yeah.
not-
It kind of looked like something Stallone would drive in one of the Expendables movies.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Again, like somebody who's overcompensating.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see that car, I'm like, oh, machismo.
Yeah.
Not that women don't drive trucks.
Well,
They don't drive that kind of truck.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. Well, we find out later that it's fuck it.
Wait, no, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that we find out later that it is a dude.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is.
specifically a dude. So it is machismo.
And it does tie into our little like history conversation today.
That it do
Machismo. That's the word of the day, guys.
machismo.
Machismo. So this guy is driving along the road, and already we're like, ooh, driving alone at night in Missouri, it's not going to be a good time.
Nope.
And he gets taken out by a truck that vanishes into the ether.
Which because it just frames it, and then it doesn't even back away or anything. It's just
Yeah, it just like dissolves, disappears.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh, this looks like a job for the fucking Winchester gang.
Those meddling
Yeah,
Winchester
those
boys.
Meddling Winchesters. Those meddling flannel nightmares.
Yep.
So, then we cut to Sam and Dean, and Sam's like, all right, we could be in Pennsylvania by tonight. And then Dean's like, or we could be in Missouri by right now.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten a call from my ex-girlfriend who knows we're hunters, by the way. And Sam's like, what? Like, first of all, he's like, I am shook, turned upside down.
Yeah.
First, you had a girlfriend. Second, you told your girlfriend our super, super secret. And now she's booty calling you so we can come take care of this ghost? This is fucking nuts. Everything I know is a lie. What is happening? Who
Yeah.
are you?
Up is down, down is up. Left
Are
is
you a
right.
possessed car, Dean? You're not my brother anymore. And they go to Missouri and they run into Cassie, aforementioned girlfriend, who has a black father and a white mother. And she is talking to the mayor about all these disappearances. 2 people have died on I-55. One of whom is her father, Martin.
Yep.
And the other one is Martin's friend, Martin, too.
I forgot everyone else's name.
Yeah, I remember Cassie, Todd, who's the mayor.
Yeah. And
Jimmy,
I
who's
only
the other
know-
guy who
I only
dies.
remember Todd because of Matthew Tate.
But this isn't an evil Todd. This is a fine Todd.
He's pretty okay.
He's the mayor in Jaws, He's not putting up
Yeah.
a sign letting everybody know that the shark is there.
Yeah.
He's like, the road's fine. Accidents happen. Who cares if they're all black?
Yeah.
He doesn't say that. Because Cassie, Cassie is with her father, an old family friend, Jimmy. And Jimmy dies. Spoiler alert. and Cassie's there at the wreck with the mayor, and
Yeah.
Cassie's like, would you close down this section of road if all of the victims were white? And the mayor's like, I'm not racist, go ask your mom about it.
Yeah.
Well, he also mentions that it's the only road in and out of town.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But it is kind of, his defense is essentially, I'm not racist,
I'm not
I
racist,
helped
go
cover
ask
up
your
the
mom.
murder where black people did the murdering.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's a weird version of I'm not racist, I have black friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
It
weird...
was a very strange.
It was strange.
I'm not racist. I did him a salad back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And Dean and Sam are looking around for, like, what's happening. They know that Martin possibly saw a truck, but who knows? Like, a couple of weeks before he died.
Yeah.
So this truck is interested in playing with its victims and revving by itself
Yeah.
alone in the middle of the night.
Well,
Yeah.
if a giant weird ass looking truck is just revving at you like we have here, like sure,
It is uncomfortable.
yeah, I'm not shook, but I'm getting a little shaken. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting maybe a little stirred.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's more like a phone buzzing.
Exactly.
As an audience member, there is nothing threatening about a truck revving by itself in the middle of the night.
There's nothing
Yeah.
threatening about a truck revving itself in, like,
in
real life.
Yeah.
Like, anytime someone has been next to me at a red light and they have, like, revved their engine, I've just been like, you guys couldn't
Just-
see that. But I
Yeah.
can't.
It's always great to do visual bits on podcasts.
Maybe take a video for the Instagram.
It's
I'm just
Travis
like-
just gives them a side eye.
Yeah, I'm just like, are you for real, man? Like,
Yeah.
why? I drive a Nissan Rogue. You don't need to do this.
Yeah. I'm over here in my fucking Honda Civic, like,
Yeah.
all right, guy, let's...
Chill
Whatever.
out.
People would
Yeah.
People did it to me more when I drove the Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
But that's because it was a Land Cruiser. Although when I would try to rev the Land Cruiser for them, it wouldn't like growl like the other ones did. It just went because it was a 1991 car.
Oh, man, if
Yeah.
my car made that noise, I would assume it was possessed.
Yeah.
Start calling it Christine at that point.
I
Yeah.
know, right? That's fucking terrifying.
Ah.
And Sam's like, all right, I'll question people about this weird truck thing that's happening. Why don't you go mac on Cassie? I mean, talk to Cassie.
Yeah, Sam did this whole thing where he was like, you like her, don't you? And Dean's like, shut up.
Shut up. No, I don't. I don't like her. Come on.
Oh my god, Dean's got a girlfriend. I'm going to tell Dad.
Sam had this whole like, you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Nothing could describe. There's this moment where, like, Dean and Sam are talking, and Sam's trying to get Dean to go, like, talk to Cassie about his feelings. And Sam's like, got this. The only phrase that can describe it is a shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. It's beautiful to look at.
It was kind of like that Monty Python bit, like a nudge, nudge,
Wink, wink, if you know what I mean.
nudge,
yeah.
nudge, say them all, say them all.
Yeah. There is nothing. The best parts of this episode were when Sam and Dean were ripping each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
That-
it really was.
in that brotherly sort of way.
Because there was one time I thought Sam was just going to sidle up like real close to Dean and be like, hey, she touched your dick?
I was thinking he would just, like, pop in and be like,
Y'all fucking?
y'all smooched?
Oh,
You know when
shit.
you want to clean a car windshield, you got to mac on, mac off, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? A wink.
It's like Mr. and Miss Moochie says.
And, you know what? Props to Supernatural. Dean and Cassie have sex.
yeah,
Yeah.
they bang.
Yeah, Dean goes back to Cassie. They argue a little bit about
Yeah.
why they broke up.
They
which
fuck fight.
This
Fight,
is
fight, fuck.
Some good old violent fucking.
they fight and then they fuck,
Yeah.
and it's
fight
like
fuck.
angry sex.
Well, which provides closure, I think, for Dean. Because,
Yeah.
like, after that moment, Dean's always like, you know what? It's not going to fucking work out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here. Don't know why I did this. I kind of hate myself now.
Because there is the whole thing where she was like, I thought you were making that shit up so you couldn't break up with me easier.
Yeah.
Right.
And Dean was like,
That's the goddamn
no,
truth.
yeah, it's true. And here you are calling us about it. So what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fuck, that's what.
She wants that dick.
And they're after they have sex. Like, there's this little conversation where, we find out what Dean likes to wear to bed.
Which
A
is
necklace.
a necklace.
But after they have sex, Dean and Cassie have this very real conversation where Cassie's like, we could get back together. And Dean's like, hunting.
Yeah.
Like,
Saving
I'm really
peop-
into this. Yeah. My brother is Miss Cleo, so ooh. And Cassie's like, I don't want to make any more excuses. And on the one hand, it's like, this is a sweet conversation where, like,
Yeah.
there's closure for them. And, Dean's not going to do this long distance thing, obviously. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's not an excuse. Like, that's his job.
Yeah, that's like what he does.
Yeah.
Well,
We can't be together because I'm joining the Navy. I don't want any excuses.
Yeah.
Like, that conversation would never
Yeah.
happen,
No.
So,
this is
it's
true.
weird.
Because I think she was willing to try and make it work, but LDRs never fucking work.
No.
But I wanted to say, congrats.
They're very rarely. I've seen LDRs work out.
All right.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, like, kudos to Supernatural, because they could have just done, like, an unresolved sexual tension.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be, but they like adults, have sex just
Yeah.
one time.
They took the risk.
Is that what adults do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Sexual having adults. Sex
Oh,
having
okay, yeah.
adults.
I mean, I don't think sex is real, so
Yeah.
Well,
that's
it's
totally
it's
fine.
only for movies.
It happened in
Okay.
this episode.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's only for movies.
Right. Well, ghosts aren't real, so it's not like
What?
everything
No,
in this
hang
show
on.
is realistic.
What? Wait a second. Whoa. Hang on. Let's backpedal here.
Nope. I think I'm done with this conversation now. I think that's
All right.
Let's move on.
If you say so.
Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
No. What's happening?
Travis is Baba Shook. It's my new favorite thing to say.
Shook like shake and bake. Damn.
So,
Anyway.
oh, and the mayor
Anywho.
dies.
Oh, yeah,
Mayor
so
Todd
while-
dies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
While Dean
most-
Dean and Cassie are fucking
yes.
fuck
and
fighting,
Sam's
whatever it
just,
is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Off and wherever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dean and Cassie are fucking at night. Then we changed to see like the mayor.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of the day.
They fuck at night and then they have their little conversation at night or at day and morning time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Mayor Todd during the day.
They cut back and forth between that fuck scene
Do
a
they?
few times, didn't they?
No.
It was, they make out and they're like, oh, fucking's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then they cut to Todd, and then they cut to the conversation, and then they cut to the wreck
Oh, okay.
where Dean and Sam talked about Todd.
All right. Well, then we cut to the mayor standing outside of his car in Missouri with a Mississippian tag on it.
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't know.
confusing thing.
Did it say Mississippi?
It said
said
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Oh.
Because it had the Mississippi tag with the big ass S in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It was
Yeah.
a very confusing moment because we were like,
What?
wait, is this episode set in Mississippi? Cape Girardeau is in Missouri, but like,
Yeah.
did they just pick a town name? Have we been wrong about what's happening?
Yeah.
But
Ben,
it is.
you'll
It's
have
set
to
in
look at
Missouri.
you'll have to look at the list of goofs.
Is this the Berenstain universe?
Yeah, this is the Berenstein universe.
We're in the Berenstein universe.
Oh, that's right.
The Berenstein universe is the other one.
No, we're in the Berenstain universe.
Wait, what?
What?
All right.
What?
What?
All right.
What?
So the mayor sees the truck
Yeah.
and
Oh, and he, starts running like you do.
Yeah, like you do we run away from a car.
Does not get hit. That truck does not touch him.
He doesn't get hit. The stuntman does a roll. He jumps and does a roll. But I think the stuntman was too good.
Yeah.
Because I think what was supposed to happen is the truck was supposed to run him off the road and he was supposed
And,
to
his
land
body
on his
crumples or
face and his
something.
body crumples. But the stuntman was too good because all we do is see him roll on the ground.
It's like an acrobatics move. I was impressed.
Yeah.
first one. Sorry to interrupt.
I've done a couple of stunt things like that where you roll without actually landing on your face, and that's what he does. And
Yeah.
we're like, he didn't land on his face at all, and then cut pan to fucking Todd's face washing over, and all of his fucking teeth are smashed in, and his eyeballs are bulging out.
It looked like he went like 8 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
His mouth has started melting from the inside.
Yeah.
He was fucking nuts.
It was like the
Yeah.
reverse of the scene from the first Matrix movie.
Yeah, his death and the real estate lady in Bugs are tied for like what the fuck just happened deaths.
How did they die?
Because real estate
Exactly.
lady died from spiders falling on top of her, which has killed 0 people.
As
Yeah.
many people as marijuana.
Yeah, so I just like
What the fuck,
it
guys?
was. I mean, it's entertaining. I enjoy it because
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Also, we have an answer for
I
our.
mean, people die from falling down all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
All right, question answered.
cool.
I also have an answer to our "Where the fuck does this episode take place?" question.
Yes.
It is stated that the story takes place in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. However, the license plates on all the cars are from Mississippi. This was perhaps a necessary change due to the fact that it was snowing during time of shooting, and it doesn't usually snow in Mississippi, especially not in May, which was the month in which the story took place.
Yeah, I did notice there was snow on the ground, and I was like, okay, it's Missouri.
There's not snow on the ground in May in Missouri.
Yeah.
Especially not South Missouri, which is where
Yeah.
Cape Girardeau is.
Where did they happen?
Well, it's filmed in Vancouver.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I think IMDb is wrong about it being the month of May.
Yeah, I think it's wrong about a few things in that sentence, but still, if it's filmed in Vancouver and it said Missouri, where the fuck did Mississippi car tax come apart? Like, I feel like this is a weird version of like.
Well, I think they got the car tags.
I mean, you just
Yeah.
buy car tags from like the black market or something.
True.
I'm sure they had like a props person. I'm sure they didn't, break the law.
We paused it right there.
Yeah, we after we watched the episode, we rewound it to go to like look to see if it was actually in Missouri, and it
Yeah.
says
Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Geronimo, Missouri.
Yeah. You know, this is the ultimate thing. Is like you're over there, and you're over there, and
Then
Constantinople.
who? The baby!
Exactly.
I have to explain that real quick.
I like how we did 2 completely different jokes, but they're fuck.
So,
So explain.
you know what? I'm not going to explain
No,
that.
just
You just
let it
don't-
roll.
Yeah,
If you
let
want
it
it,
roll.
Patreon thing. So,
Yeah, if you want it, give us money and I'll tell you the story.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But any hoozle.
We don't have
so
a Patreon page.
The
Not
yeah,
yet.
the mayor dies in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah.
Because all right, so listen up, little kiddies. If a car is chasing you, especially a ghost car,
Yeah, maybe get out of the way.
don't run parallel to the way it's fucking
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
Just
This
di-
always
adjacent.
happens. This always happens with cars and
Ro-
falling
Planes,
trees.
trains, and automobiles, guys.
Rogue, treat it like a rogue or like a goddamn rip current.
It happened
Don't-
in
Yeah.
Prometheus with the giant ship that was falling on Charlize Theron and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
French lady.
It's like, why couldn't you just go over there?
Yeah, yeah. Stop running in
way.
a straight line.
Well, the thing-
Zigzag a little bit.
The thing about the ship is you don't know which way it's going to fall. That's like the big thing that I can think of for that.
Right.
yeah, but a car, you can see where the car is driving.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
turn
cars
left
there.
or right. That's
The,
it.
the car can turn.
Not as quickly as you can like
And he was also near a wooded area. Bitch, get in a tree.
Yeah.
Or get behind some trees.
He was an old white guy in a bolo tie. He's not climbing up a tree.
He was in a bolo tie, and that was amazing.
It was.
You didn't think I was going to notice that bolo tie?
Yeah,
People
motherfucker.
still wear
wrong.
bolo ties.
Sure they yeah. I don't.
I mean,
wear-
I'm from Texas, so that's where they wear them.
yeah, the
but
bolo tie capital of
I mean,
somewhere.
there might be bolo ties in Mississippi. I make a point of not spending time in Mississippi
Yeah.
yeah,
for that
yeah.
reason. Because it's Mississippi.
The only
If you want to
time-
book us in Mississippi,
don't.
Yeah. Please don't. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'll go to fucking
I'll go to the coast.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I'll eat some fucking crawfish on the coast of
I just want
Mississippi.
to go to a casino.
Oh
They have casinos in Mississippi. We don't have the lottery in Alabama.
no.
Yeah.
Fine. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So anyways, after Mayor Todd dies, we cut to Cassie, who looks totally fine with all of her father's friends dying.
Yep.
And she's alone, so we know A, monster truck is going to come attack her.
Yeah.
We know a possessed truck is going to be.
In classic horror movie fashion.
Yeah.
She's a woman alone at night, so nothing can go well.
In a revealing top and tight bottoms.
Yes. She's looking good. She's
Yeah.
a good-looking lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was fine as hell.
She was like, hey, am I alone in my house right now? Let me just wear this push-up bra.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like every woman I know.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock
That's-
at night.
Yeah.
That's another like Berenstain Bears, like alternate universe
Yeah,
thing.
the Berenstain Bears.
The Berenstain Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
all women in
Berenstain
that
Bears.
universe wear push-up bras all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it was like a thing in the early 2000s. Like,
Oh, yeah,
push-up bras.
probably.
I mean, they probably still are a thing, but whatever. We're getting off
Yeah,
topic.
who
But
cares?
so the truck attacks her, and she off-screen escapes from it because they cut to Sam and Dean and her mom being
She kind
like,
of, I mean, I don't think, I mean, it attacked her, but I think it was like a scare tactic attack.
yeah,
It was like it appeared to her to let her know that she's next.
yeah.
Well, they were trying
I'm
to...
coming for you.
Because it like rolled up to the door of the house, and that's as close as it got. I don't think it broke
Yeah.
the door down.
No.
Well, see, that was like a thing. Was like back, like for these kind of like hate crimes back in the 60s, was they wanted to scare people first.
Yeah.
Right, the burning crosses on the lawn and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
And it's not like this truck had arms or legs, so it couldn't set up a burning cross.
So I had to do the next best thing.
Which
Rev.
And just
Rev.
Quietly rev in the front yard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, with those fucking exhaust pipes, it wasn't going to be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that there was still a semblance of a muffler on that truck.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we live in fucking Alabama.
Straight
There's-
piping is a thing.
Yeah, it is. Ugh.
It's a horrible,
It
horrible
is loud.
thing.
It's terrible.
And then Cassie's mom comes out and tells her story.
Yep.
Reveals to us.
Oh, also, Sam and Dean found out earlier in the episode that there are all these attacks happening back in the 60s, which nobody investigated because they were targeting
People
black
of
young
color.
black men.
Yeah.
Right. So, Cassie's mom, who was white, dated Cyrus and was dating Cassie's dad, Martin, in secret for a while.
Oh, I don't think we said Cyrus
Oh,
is
yes.
Part of like
Cyrus was a member of the pretty much the wealthiest family in this town.
the
Right.
Dorian family.
Yeah, the Dorian family.
Who
Cyrus
used to own
Dorian.
the newspaper
Yeah.
and
Everything else.
like a super nice house, which the mayor bought the land of and
Yeah, and then
demolished
tore
the
it
house.
down.
Yeah. And he disappeared 40 years ago, never to be found again, never to be seen or
Never
heard
be
from
seen again. And then right after he disappeared, the investigations for the other things stopped.
Right.
So we find out from Cassie's mom
Yes.
about why.
So Cyrus, she was dating Cyrus, and she broke up with Cyrus and was secretly dating Martin. And
Yes.
Cyrus found out.
And he hated that.
And he was not a fan.
'Cause he
So
was a racist.
Cassie's mom and Martin were set to get married in
Mm-hmm.
a church. And the day before they were going to get married, somebody set a fire to the church.
No, they eloped. So they ran off before their wedding
Oh,
without
okay.
telling anyone.
Oh, okay.
So everyone went to the church expecting a wedding to happen.
And there was a children's choir
And there was
there.
a children's choir there, and the church got burned down.
And they all died.
And
Look-
everyone died.
Let's
Yes.
talk about that flashback for a moment. Because a lot of the
Yes.
flashbacks in this episode are pretty bad.
Yeah.
This one just made me stop and be like, you know what? I'm not a doctor. But that's not how you commit arson.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they just throw a torch
They
at
threw a
like
torch at the corner. You could tell they were filming at this place where they didn't actually want to burn something down.
exactly. Because it
So
hits.
the-
It's just this torch lands next to the foundation.
Yeah.
You can't burn cement.
Yeah.
And then
It's
because
the flashbacks in general are like barely flashbacks, right? Nobody talks in them. They're in
Yeah.
slow motion. They're just like if Chariots of Fire had been playing when he threw that torch, I wouldn't have been totally surprised. Like
I want to look back at the history.
it was basically sorry to interrupt.
It's fine, bud.
But yeah, it was basically like a when there's like those true crime shows and
Yeah.
they're talking about what
Yes.
happened
Like the
and
first
there's, like,
48.
the dramatizations.
yes.
Yeah.
It was like that.
exactly
It was
that.
like that.
If at one point Cassie's mom had been like, actually, if you guys want to go outside, we have a lifelike dramatization going on,
Yeah.
we would have been like, oh, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
We'll just watch it in real time. It's fine.
And then Cassie and Sam and Dean are like, were there any other attacks other than this church? And Cassie's mom is like, yes. Martin was caught by Cyrus, and Cyrus beat the shit out of him, but then Martin got the upper hand and killed Cyrus.
Beat him to death.
And they didn't go to the police because
he was a black man
he
in
was
the 60s.
a black man in Missouri in the 60s.
That just
or
killed
Mississippi.
a white boy. Yeah.
Or wherever the fuck it was.
Vancouver.
Yeah. Missouri.
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 Jesus Christ.
And so Martin and his friends, the other two men who died, and Mayor Todd, who at the time was a deputy, helped cover up the murder.
Yeah.
And they hid the body in the swamp.
In the truck.
In the truck.
They put
it in the swamp.
They put Cyrus in his truck and then pushed it into the swamp.
Mm-hmm. And years later, 40 years later, when Mayor Todd bulldozed the Dorian house, Cyrus's ghost pops up and is like, I'm a car now, time to kill.
Yeah.
The world's worst transformer, y'all.
The worst.
Fucking racist McGee over here.
Optimus Prime did not have control of this one.
Nope, he was a Decepticon for sure. Sam and Dean are like, wow, this is super fucked up. Okay, Cassie, stay here. We're gonna go take care of Cyrus. And so they dredge his body out of the swamp with the truck and all.
Yeah.
And they salt and burn Cyrus's bones. And Sam and Dean are like, who taken care of? Except, what do we hear in the distance?
Happen.
Yes, the ominous revving. And Dean's like, all right, Sam, burn the truck. I'm going to go hop in the car.
How do I fucking burn a truck? How do I do that?
And Dean's like, figure it out. I don't know. I'm going to go distract this murder car. And Sam and Dean, Dean's driving around, and Sam's like, okay, hold on. I'm going to call Cassie real quick. Cassie, I need to know something. I need to know it exactly. And Sam figures out the exact address for the church that was burned down.
Yeah.
And he leads Dean to that address. And Dean's sitting there, and murder cars across the way. And Dean's like, what am I supposed to do, Sam? And Sam goes, nothing. Just hang out where you are. And murder truck starts driving toward him. And we're like, oh, God, Dean's about to fucking die.
Yeah.
Except, no, he's not. Because
he was on the ground of the church that burned down.
He was on hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground, and it's supposed to, like, destroy spirits that try to come across it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Possibly. What the...
And, so Sam's like, yeah, hallowed ground. You know, churches are on hallowed ground even when the church isn't there anymore. So I thought maybe the truck would
get
disappear.
destroyed. And Dean is like, wait, so you said it might not have worked?
And Sam's like, yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that, bro. Anyways, bye-bye. And then, Dean and Cassie have a sweet moment where Cassie's like, hey, I understand your need to fight against the evil in the world. Mm-hmm. We're never going to talk about me again, are we?
Nope.
And Dean's like, yeah, you're never going to be mentioned again. Not ever. And then they drive away.
Yeah.
And the episode ends.
There it is.
And scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
then there was a lot of crazy things happening.
Yeah, we got to talk about this. We got to get into some deets.
First of all, the music in this episode
oh my God,
was ridiculous.
So bad. So let's talk about the two standout songs for me. The first one, so when Cassie and Dean are
doing it. They're doing the thing.
They're doing the sideways dragon dance.
Doing the
the horizontal tango. This song plays, and can we go over?
Yeah, it's like, all right. I'm sure most people in America have heard the song "Superstitious" by Carlos Santana with vocals by Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20.
That's not. Wait, what?
What?
Rob Thomas did the vocals to "Superstitious"?
Wait, I'm thinking of a different song.
I thought it was Stevie Wonder.
Oh, no.
Very superstitious.
Yeah, no. Okay, I was thinking of a different song.
Yeah.
Ben, what song was I thinking of?
The Santana song?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Were you thinking of the Walking in the Rain?
No.
Wait, why were you thinking about Stevie Wonder?
I was thinking about Santana.
Stop.
Sorry. I thought we were gonna.
What's it called?
It's that song.
Yeah.
It's "Smooth" by Santana.
Smooth.
Yes,
Okay.
smooth.
Yeah. Why were you
Okay.
thinking about Stevie Wonder?
Because I was thinking about the only Santana song I know, which is Superstitious.
It is Rob Thomas doing the vocals.
Yeah.
though. But
Wait, is that not a Santana song?
no.
You
Smooth.
said that was Stevie Wonder.
Didn't Stevie Wonder do the vocals for that Santana song?
I think. Are you just doing a Travis right now?
No, I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh
All
my
right, all right.
God.
The song
Which
that
I imagine is how Travis almost feels.
no
The song I'm talking about is "Smooth"
Okay.
by
I'm
Carlos
sorry.
Santana
Oh.
with vocals by Rob Thomas.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know that song too.
Yeah.
All right, but the song
Yeah,
is.
because Ben just started playing it.
We got like a second now. That's fine.
She's
So-
so smooth, right? That's how that goes.
But the
I'm trying to do
song,
my Rob Thomas impression.
the song in the episode is called. No, what the fuck is it?
Paradise.
No.
It is called "Paradise" by
Paradise.
Sharif.
Paradise
by-
by Sharif, or as I like to call it, not Smooth by
By
not
Not
Carlos
Santana.
Santana
Yes.
and not Rob Thomas of
Yes.
Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
It is a very not Santana song.
Yeah.
That like,
It's like Santana Light.
and the words are like, "Feed me your paradise." It's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Your love feeds me or something
Yeah,
like that.
feed me
Like,
your
oh,
love. There's a
God.
lot of like eating metaphors. It's very upsetting.
Maybe it's a lesbian song.
It's not a lesbian song. It's not a lesbian song. It's a bad song.
It's a
Yeah,
bad
it was
song.
Sorry,
not
Sharif.
good.
It's a bad song.
It was, yeah, it
I'm
was
glad you
super
had your
weird.
15 minutes of being in a supernatural episode fame.
Yeah.
It was
It
not.
was 15 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, it felt like 15 minutes because that song went on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Also, there's just this thing, and I don't know why people feel compelled to do this, but in a sex montage where they just like play a sexy song,
Yeah.
and it's just like that's ridiculous to me. I don't know why.
You never
'cause
fucked to music?
It's not that I've never fucked to music. I just don't pick songs that are like.
Oh, like the one that
I
stands
fuck
out.
to Prince is what I'm saying. Like
Alright.
that's sexy music to me,
Alright.
or like David Bowie, or
Yeah.
Queen. Okay, maybe not Queen, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, definitely not Creed.
no, Queen.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Queen for me, but that's because I have taste. But that's
I don't know.
beside the point. The point is that like,
Maybe that song "I'm Standing 6 Feet from the Edge" is about rim jobs.
you know what? You know what's
With arms wide open.
you know what song for a hug. You know what song I think is kind of sexy?
What?
Heroin by the Velvet Underground.
Okay.
I think it's that low, slow, like
the
guitar riff.
The first 3/4 of the song, yes, but when
Yes.
that weird drony
Okay, when
thing,
Lou Reed is like, yeah, then not then.
no,
but,
it's like the siren goes over the music. Oh Jesus!
but the point is that sexy
Yeah.
music to me is that never not Santana playing not smooth.
Now I think "Smooth" is more of a foreplay song,
Yeah.
but like something like Bowie or Prince,
Yeah.
or even a little bit of Velvet Revolver is a little bit more.
Velvet
That's because
Revolver?
that, you know
Slither.
why?
Slither?
Yeah.
Yo,
That's-
fucking the music is a weird thing. Like,
No,
I was,
fucking
I
in
think-
general to you is
I
fucking
think
I mean,
weird.
we
yeah,
have
it's
weird
the whole
music
thing's a weird thing.
tastes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You know what I think it is? Because Prince is a man
Yeah.
and Rob Thomas is a boy.
Yeah.
Prince,
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Damn. Well, Prince is a dead man, but yeah.
but still a man. He lives on forever in his manly music.
Yeah.
God, man, like Prince, that is some man fucking music right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
That is music you fucked men to. The point is that Prince is great and Rob Thomas is not, and I'm sorry. I like Santana.
Santana's a good
Yeah.
guitar player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a talented guitar player. So,
The Woodstock story of Santana is fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's the Woodstock story?
Well, essentially,
He was
Was this
reading
90s
he was
Woodstock?
reading a Peanuts cartoon, and he was like, "Oh man, look at that Woodstock, the cute little bird."
the real short of it is that like they weren't supposed to be like the
I'm
band.
giving Travis a look right now. It's like, why do you do the things you do?
Because he's Travis. But yeah, I'll make it real short. So Santana was not on the docket to be at Woodstock. Like some friends of the band like got them in, and they were supposed to go until later. And one of the producers for the show was like, hey, here's some acid. Why don't you try doing some acid? You got plenty of time to come down before you go on stage.
Oh, no.
Always
They
mistake.
drop acid, and about a half hour later, somebody was like, hey, either you're going on now
Or you're not.
or you're not going on at all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then Santana was like, anyways, here's Wonderwall.
He wandered all over their walls.
All
baby.
right, enough about Santana. We got to
Yeah,
talk
'cause-
about this episode.
I think that was enough talk about the music. We don't even have to talk about that goddamn
Yeah, the second
Steve
song.
Earle on, like, I don't know, some kind of real harsh downers.
Like Quaaludes.
What?
Yeah.
What was that? I mean,
It's
I
like
liked
a-
the ending song more than the sex song, but
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, because it
We'll see.
reminded me of better songs.
yeah, like Rattlesnake Road by Steve Earle.
Yeah.
I think why I prefer the ending song to the sex song is because at least the action under the ending song was just them driving away and
Yeah.
not two people having sex.
Yeah.
Which,
There's no bass to fuck to that not Matchbox 20 song.
right.
Yeah. Nothing to thrust to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The point is that usually supernatural music, very
Yeah.
good. This, not very good.
Sometimes falls flat.
So when
Yeah.
people are fucking to music, does
Yes.
it?
Go on.
Do you go with the rhythm?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
sometimes,
All
I'm a
right.
musician. Like I feel like I would be too ingrained in the music to.
see, here's
I think it depends on what you're doing, Travis.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
here's
but-
the thing. As a white person and as a person, I'm not great at dancing.
Yeah.
But I know you find the bass and you move to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bass player.
Exactly. See, that's my point. You find a good bass line and you thrust to it.
Okay.
There's more to sex than thrusting.
That's
so,
true.
Well,
Like I said, depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, you find a good beat. Because you don't want to be jackhammering away. No one likes that.
well, I listen to a lot of jazz with a lot of walking bass lines, so that sounds pretty difficult.
All right, any hoozle.
I don't know. We just switched tempos. It's all confusing now.
Yeah. I mean, we were
I'm
just
sorry, honey. I'm sorry. We gotta
we were in 3/4, but now we're in 5/4. I gotta. Okay.
listen. From now on, when we have sex, we're only listening to the entertainer. Okay, it's very simple. It's really da 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 da. Okay.
Nah, more like the maple leaf rag, but that's a good one.
Fair
Anyway,
Any hoozle.
let's continue.
I have some notes.
What notes do you have?
I have some notes. My first note is, so Sam rags on Dean for telling Cassie the secret because he kept it a secret from Jess for,
Yeah.
you know, however long they did, like 2 years. And I'm going to say this, Sam, you should have told Jess
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
demon hunting secret.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Sam told her about it because he didn't see it. He didn't see himself going back to it.
yes.
That's probably
I think
true.
you're right. Yeah. But
And that he wasn't going to see his brother or father again. So why
Mm-hmm.
tell her?
true. I agree. I just think that, like, I'm trying to think, like, okay, if I'm in this situation, I'm dating somebody and my family are secretly a bunch of monster hunters. Do I
Yeah.
tell them about my monster hunting past and accept the fact that they may occasionally think I need to be committed? I think I do go with that because my father is a famous monster hunter and there might be people seeking revenge on him. Particularly, monsters might be seeking revenge on him. So, yes, I do tell her about the monster hunting and accept the crazy looks for a couple of days.
Acceptable.
I wouldn't tell her a year and a half, 2 years in, though.
No, I would definitely. That's definitely like
That's
a first 6 months sort of secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way.
Yeah.
I would wait like year 2 or 3. Like when she's asking, hey, why do I never hear about your family?
Well, I think that at the point when Sam was where he was with Jess, he was planning on getting married to her, and that's definitely not a post-marriage secret.
God,
Yeah.
no.
You do need to tell her pre-marriage.
Yeah.
This is
Especially because if you have a marriage, if you do a marry, have a wedding.
if you get that perk, the Mary perk.
If you have a wedding and your family are demon hunters that secretly stalk you without telling you, they'll probably just turn up to your wedding.
Yeah.
They roll a nat 20 and just roll
Yeah,
up.
and then everyone else is like, "Who the fuck are these people?" And you got to be like, "Oh, I knew I was forgetting to tell you something."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
then the reception is weird.
My family are demon hunters. It's like a thing. Don't worry about it. It shouldn't affect my life
It's
at all.
fine. It won't
Just
be too
kidding, it
bad.
will.
It will be terrible.
There's a voice change for you.
I think that the words "are you even speaking English?" that phrase is said twice in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So the first
In what
time,
context was that?
So the first time, Sam finds out that Dean dated somebody, and Sam's
Oh,
like,
okay.
"You dated
Yeah.
a person?
A person.
Like a what?" And Dean's like, "Are you speaking English like you're? I don't know what's." He basically does our equivalent of, "Are you smelling
Yeah. Are you
toast,
smelling
friend?
toast? What's going on?
Do you smell toast? What's happening?" And then the second time is when Dean and Sam are investigating the evil murder truck.
Yeah.
They're talking to like random white dude who is sitting next to his black friend, and they're sitting next to each other being buds.
Yeah. Eating
Yeah.
lunch and playing checkers.
Yeah, and Dean and Sam are like, "So, monster truck, you guys." Not like a monster truck, like, monster trucks. We're like literal monster truck.
Yeah.
And the white guy's like, "Are y'all, what's going on? Guys, are you even speaking English?" And I was like, some writer got tired that day.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of another way to ask, for somebody to snarkily ask.
Some writer
if they
ran
made
out
sense.
of coffee at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
He didn't want to ask
Like, I
if
gotta get this episode done by tomorrow. And
Yeah.
he had to shag
Deadline.
ass on that script.
Yes.
Really.
Oh, also, I love shitty little brother Sam.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Can we talk
wonderful.
about how amazing shitty little brother Sam is?
It is great.
Yes.
He's such a snarky. He's sassy.
He's a snarky
sassing it
bitch.
up. Yeah, he's being a snarky bitch. It's great. It's a delight. My favorite parts of this episode were when Dean and Sam were being like brothers.
Being brothers, yeah.
Yes.
No, that's like what we were talking about earlier. It's like a very things that redeem this episode.
Yeah.
One of the things definitely is their reactions and banter amongst each other.
We're kind of going through like things we liked about the episode / found humorous now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we're getting ready to go through some things we did not like about the
Yeah.
episode.
And that's going to
Yeah.
get rough.
Yeah, it's gonna get
It is
weird.
gonna get rough.
Yeah.
So just strap in. But my favorite part of the episode was when Sam basically just pulls his brother's pigtails and is
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you're gonna go talk to Cassie about the ghost, but also
Gonna be fucking
sex and
that sex thing. You gonna do it? Huh?
yeah,
Huh? Huh? Huh?
nudge nudge wink wink if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean."
Are you gonna touch her penis?
And Dean's like, "Please stop."
What? What?
Put a strap on.
Oh.
And
I mean, I don't know how sex
sometimes.
works.
That
so.
worked exactly like I wanted it to.
So yeah, shitty little brother Sam, definitely one of the best parts of this episode. Another great part, Cassie left Dean because she thought that when he told her that when the demon fighting ghost conversation happened,
Yeah.
the demon fighting family,
Was
Cassie
just-
was like, "Oh, he is lying to me."
Yeah, he wants to break up
Yeah.
and he can't give me a good reason to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dean basically came up to her and were like, "Hey, I fight against eagles who turn people into horses."
Yeah.
God.
And
Jesus
Cassie
fucking
was like,
Christ.
"Oh, okay." But the line in the episode is, Cassie's like, "You said you popped coast with your dad," and Dean's like, "I did not say it
I
that
never
way."
said that
Yeah.
word.
And I am here to tell you right now, he absolutely did say it.
Yeah,
that
I'm sure
way.
he's like, yeah, pop ghosts with my dad.
Yes, that is a Dean Winchester. Cassie did not come up with that. That is a
Or
Dean Winchester
he
trademark phrase.
he dads ghosts with his pop.
Oh, adorable. I like to think that this conversation happened with, I shag ass all over the country. And pop coast with my dad.
We shag assed in an Impala.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
So that's pretty much the end of the good things.
Yeah.
well, hang on. Was there anything you particularly enjoyed
Yeah.
as your first time viewing of this episode?
I mean, we covered it.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, I have one more thing I liked about this episode, and it's this interaction. So Cassie's mom is like, "Yeah, I'm definitely being cagey about what I know happened. I have no deep dark secrets to share with you.
Yeah.
Everything's fine." And Dean's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then Dean's like, "So Martin was seeing a truck, and Cassie's mom goes, well, he thinks he was seeing a truck, and Dean says, well, after tonight, I think it can be reasonably said that he saw a truck.
Yeah.
It's that snarky, like, just sarcasm, because this is
Yeah.
after Cassie had been pursued by the truck. So that line kept me warm for many minutes.
Many minutes. Something. This is kind of esoteric, but something I think I liked from this episode. The very beginning with Martin, when he is a older black man driving alone on a dark road. You know, he probably could have just said to himself, I'm going to live forever.
Hi, my name is
Yeah.
Martin. I'm going to live forever.
Gonna live forever.
Exactly. Like, yeah. It's like seeing a hooker in like the first 15 seconds of a Law and Order episode.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to make that reference, but it's like, Jesus Christ.
He basically just turns to the camera and goes, this will end well.
Get the wink.
Yep.
Jesus. But that,
I mean, to be fair, that can be said for any character in the first 5 minutes of a Supernatural episode.
this is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, just turns to the camera and goes, yeah,
Everything's gonna be
This is
fine."
going to go up in my favor. Everything's coming up roses.
This was like 4 or 5 on the nose instead of 2 on the nose.
Oh.
Yes. Speaking of things that are too on the nose,
Yeah.
let's talk about...
Let's talk about the things.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Jesus. All right. Where do we
We
start?
need some, like, alcohol or something.
Yeah.
I think...
Ducky,
we
the
just-
whiskey.
Yeah, Ducky. Away. Okay.
Ducky's down here.
Yeah, Ducky's on a box, and she's fine.
She's chill.
She's chilling.
All right. So things
She
that are
licked
not
my
great.
toe. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, cat tongue is weird.
Cat tongue is sandpapery.
Yeah. All right. So
Sandpaper tongue Ducky.
things that aren't great about this episode.
Okay, so
I think they tried for too much, but
Yeah.
they were just way too out of their reach.
Icarus flew too close to the sun.
I want to say that maybe this episode was made too fast and like maybe they had to rush it. Maybe just a bunch of bad shit happened,
Yeah.
but that doesn't
Well,
really.
it was originally supposed to be set in Mississippi. Hypothetically, according to IMDb, it was
Yeah, it
originally
was
supposed to be set in
Mississippi.
Mississippi, and then in post-production, they had to change it to Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. They were like, quit most southern state.
Yeah.
And they didn't go with Kentucky.
Yeah, it does snow in Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, it snows in Missouri, just not in May.
Yeah. I don't think it snows in May in Kentucky.
If you're
No,
up
it
on the
does not.
mountains.
I think that, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true, because there's Appalachia.
Yeah.
Yeah, up near Virginia, right?
Appalachia.
Appalachia.
Could have gone with Virginia.
They could have gone with West Virginia.
Northern, southern
Yeah,
states.
West Virginia is above the Mason-Dixon.
Oh, okay.
But where did it fight in the war? That's the question.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's how we define which states are southern or northern.
Well,
here
I
in the
think
South.
I think West Virginia was with the Union.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, learned
That
something new
I think
today.
that's what the I think that's why there's Virginia and West Virginia.
Well, since we're talking about it, we can talk about it. This episode, Jesus.
Yeah, okay. I just want to say this. The first thought I had while watching this episode was, oh, this is uncomfortable.
yeah.
Oh.
There was definitely some, uncomfortable spots.
There's some tone-deaf racial commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that it's pro-racism.
Yeah. It's not pro-racism, but it's very much
I think the term-
racism swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
racism it's 2005.
It's
We're
dead
in a
and
new
gone.
millennium.
Right.
Yeah.
Racism is over. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Which, coming from
Viewers in 2017,
Yeah.
it's not fine.
Very
Yeah.
not fine.
And, it wasn't fine in 2005. I think we were just, particularly, this is, there are non-white fans of the show. That's not what I'm saying. But this
Yeah.
was created by white people for a white audience.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, I don't think they took, people of color or even, non-straight white male. I don't think they took those, viewpoints into account when they were creating this show and marketing it towards an audience.
Right.
Yeah, they don't even take into account women.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they really don't.
They really even don't address that well until
Couple couple seasons down the line.
Yeah.
It's a while.
Yeah.
Season 6 or not? 7. 'Cause that's
But-
when we get introduced to one of my favorite side characters.
But yeah,
Right.
in the context of this episode being made in 2004, like filmed in 2004, released in 2005, it's very. I feel like it is very of its time,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
everyone was still like either still trying to ignore racism, or just saying, "Oh, everything is fine now that
Yeah,
it's the
racism is
2000s." Yeah,
We're about to have a black president in a couple of years, guys.
yeah, exactly.
If only they could have seen into the future, then that would have been an even better excuse.
Yeah.
But I think that because they basically treat racism in this episode like it's a thing of the past, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The
Like it
bad
only-
guy is a basically a card-carrying KKK member from the 1960s. He's literally stuck in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every bad thing that happens to a black person that's not perpetrated by the, ghost, Cyrus, happened in the 60s.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is not how we know the world is today. So it does so even though I think, their heart's in the right place and they are trying to get across a good message, which racism is bad, don't be like Cyrus,
yeah.
they do it in such a cartoonish way
Yeah.
that it doesn't address the realities that we know exist
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And that we, as, three, middle-class white kids aren't going to understand even totally. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think this episode would have been better because there's this disconnect between the wackadoo premise, which is crazy possessed car that kills people.
Ghost car.
Yeah. And the very real issue of racism. And they're trying to mash these. You were saying,
Well, I think your analogy may have been better than mine, but
okay, then I'll go with mine.
well, I can still say mine. It's like you had this lovely, rich, real fancy German chocolate cake. It's got like chocolate with that fancy French name on the top,
Delicious.
and then you just dump.
Hershey sauce all
No,
over it.
you dump like a Jello brand banana pudding on top of it.
Yeah. I said it's like you have that cake, but then you dump goulash on top of it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a disconnect between the fact that the villain, because they don't address, I think they attempt to,
Yeah.
but they don't really address systematic racism.
I think they tried to avoid the systematic racism with the mayor, the current mayor of the town,
Yeah.
being the person who covered up all of the crime.
Right.
Well, with the I'm not a racist. I did y'all a favor back in the '60s.
Yeah.
That's
But I don't think but the problem is because we made a joke about how oh, that's a weird way to say I'm not racist. Some of my friends are black.
Yeah.
But I don't think the episode's aware that that's what it's saying.
well. It's,
Yeah. The episode is trying to be yeah, it's like you can tell I'm not racist because
Yeah.
because of my actions in the past.
And it's played straight.
Yeah.
Whereas today, part of the problem with racist-based crimes is that people in power don't want to see that, or
Yeah.
they do see it and they willfully ignore it. Depending on how much faith you have in people.
Yeah.
This episode, I'm sorry to interrupt. This episode feels very much like you remember those old Scooby-Doo featuring shows where you had Scooby-Doo featuring Batman and Robin
Yeah.
and the
God.
Harlem
Josie and the
Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Pussycats. Yeah.
Well, this feels like an episode with the Mystery Machine, and you got the Batman and you got the Globetrotters there. There's not a whole lot of plot. It's
Yeah.
just about the players.
Yeah.
Right.
But the players aren't enough to carry the episode and make it what they're trying to do and B good.
I would have preferred this episode if it just hadn't had the underlying comments on racism.
Yeah, if like you were saying, if it had just been like a death race
Yes.
or
Yeah,
like
or-
speed
Yes.
or something,
If
you know?
it had just been supernatural speed,
Yeah.
this episode would have been better because, and I'm not saying that Supernatural never needs to have a commentary on how bad racists are, how to address race. And I also think part of the problem with Supernatural is that it is overwhelmingly white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the characters are white. In the later seasons, it does get
Yeah.
better, but not much.
If it had been like a bigger stretch of highway, like a 2-lane, not like a one going each way, but like two going each way, like
Yeah.
65 or something.
Yeah.
Where if it had just been like that and like real big, like this long drawn out race,
Yeah.
that would have been cooler. And like instead of them trying to ground the ghost in civil rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and something I've noticed is that basically all these episodes have happened in very small towns.
Yeah.
Yes.
And somehow they were trying to stick with the small town theme, but also have it be like on a highway, and all like it all kind of weirdly meshed together. Like they were trying to put the pieces of their formula together, and none of it really
Added up.
Like they basically made like a big chopped salad rather than a soup.
Yeah.
I think if Supernatural really wanted to address like these tougher issues, what they needed to do is they needed to start by having black writers and more black characters.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
If we were talking about this episode and the episode had just aired,
yeah,
I would totally agree with you.
Yeah,
But we can't
I feel
treat
like
it
if
like
that episode had aired in 2017, it would have been almost unacceptable.
it would have been unwatchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been like slashed to pieces on Tumblr, Reddit, Facebook, the whole 9.
I kind of wonder if it is. I wonder if I went into like a Route 666 tag, if it would be like, if people would be commenting on it, like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's-
god, can you believe Supernatural did this?
Hey, you know what you can do?
Look, we have
Is
the
you
internet
can
on the
let
table.
let us know what you felt about
Yeah,
that episode
Habcast
66 Route 666.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Habcast on Twitter.
and at HAB or heyassbutt@gmail.com. Please email
Yeah,
us if it's like more than 140 characters worth.
Yeah.
Or no, Twitter just updated to 280.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Fair
Well,
enough.
okay. If it's more than 280 characters worth, please
Email
let
it.
us know, because we definitely, we want to hear those opinions, and we want to hear opinions from people who are different from us, who aren't white. So if
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
in particular,
Or-
like,
And like,
we're
this
just a bunch of
show
idiots, so please let us
This
know.
is true.
this show has gone on for so long, and there's so many episodes that there have to be episodes like this that don't age well. So I'm sure that I'm almost positive everyone goes back and looks at this episode and goes, "Oh, we can just fucking skip this one."
Right.
Well, this is the thing about Supernatural and its kind of predecessor, The X-Files. You can be like, oh, this is just a freak of the week, and it gets skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't
this one-
have any
You
major
like-
plot relevance.
It only
Basically, if someone
Yeah.
had to go into season 1 of Supernatural and do like a machete order of plot relevant episodes, this one would be out, Bugs would be out, Dead in the Water would be out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they're just Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Well, they don't offer anything other than character development, but there are episodes after this one that do the same thing but
the
better.
character development in this episode was so like
Minimal.
minute
Yeah.
and minimal.
Yeah.
Like we're already starting to see Sam and Dean like tease each other more and stuff like that. So we really didn't need to see it again in another just Monster of the Week episode.
Not for
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, if this episode, because the premise that they promised was, it really is like they didn't deliver on the premise. They
Yeah.
didn't.
What was the description, like word for word?
The description was
Sam and Dean go to the
Sam
movies.
and Dean investigate. Sam and Dean go to the movies. They see cars. The description is they do mention like the racially motivated murders, but so that is part of the premise. But what I'm saying is, if I just give you a 3-word description, possessed car murders,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you are not expecting, oh, race parable is going to be in here. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, awesome. I'm about to see some death race shit.
Yeah.
This is going to be Christine on crack.
It'd be hype as
Awesome.
fuck.
And so I think that that's like where, I
Yeah.
think that, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to address, racism, because that's something that we all are affected by. But I think that they just went about it the wrong way. I think they had a naive view.
What
Probably.
or what if
I mean, I think everyone in 2005 had a naive view.
I certainly did.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was also 14.
speaking as white people,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was-
I don't
yeah.
think like,
Yeah, Yeah, I was 12 in 05.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 14, and I was like, everything's
Well-
fine. Racism is over. Sexism is also over.
Yeah.
14, sorry.
I was younger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little baby.
But
Tiny baby.
What
Tiny
if
baby.
what if their scope was larger? Like, what if they actually did a much better episode, but some of the producers or the CW was like, yeah, no, that's too heavy. You're gonna have to cut out a lot of this stuff where it gets heavier, and maybe they did things right.
Yeah,
but
maybe,
the CW
yeah.
was like, yeah, no, you got to cut it down to this. Add more of Sam and Dean being.
Or add the love scene.
Yeah, maybe this episode did have to survive a level of production hell.
But
Like,
Yeah.
here's what I would say to that. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
Because the text we got is the text that we got.
Yeah.
And this is what they still decided to put out into the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, I do understand that, like, those sort of production hell things happen. And, like, there are a million movies that, like, would have been better if the studio had not gotten involved.
Yeah.
If they had not mandated this and changed that. And, oh, we've got to, you know, here are the audience reactions, the pre-release audience reactions. So we got to add 10 more scenes now and blah, blah, blah. So, yes, that is definitely a factor, but it doesn't matter. The work still gets released as a work, and that's all we can judge it by.
The sandwich we got
That's
is
true.
the sandwich we got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's no mayo on it.
Yeah, and sometimes someone slipped an anchovy in there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Definitely haven't done that to someone at work.
Wow.
What?
Travis, you vixen.
Oh, I will.
You did you put an anchovy on somebody's sandwich?
I mean, not
I think this was the real way to lighten the mood.
not customer sandwiches.
All right. Well, either
But,
way,
like, if a crew member is making their food and they leave it alone for a
Oh,
second,
you're just like,
I'm
you're
like,
just like sneaking around like slip,
I'm like, let me-
slipping an anchovy
That's-
in
let me
the
slip a
sandwich.
jalapeno in there. Let me slip an
Okay,
anchovy
okay.
in there. Nick did that to me one time.
jalapeno or anchovy?
An anchovy. He
Oh.
stuck one. I was making a cheesy bread,
Oh.
and I cut it, and then the phone rang, so I answered the phone, and then Nick was like, "Hey, I finished your cheesy bread for you."
Jesus Christ. Oh, God damn it. Now I can't trust that motherfucker.
And he took one slice, one anchovy fillet, and put it on the very end piece of one of the pieces. Because, it's cut into 16.
Yeah.
And they covered it with cheese and then sent it through the oven. I didn't even know because I started on the other end of the cheesy bread.
Oh.
And I kept trying to share it with everyone. I was like, go, guys, there's no way I can eat all this. Go for it. So, like, it
And
took...
they were like, oh, no thank you.
Yeah, they were like, no, I'm good.
Because
And
they
then
knew.
it took me like all day to eat this cheesy bread too.
Oh.
yeah.
Jesus fuck.
And like, I usually have a really good nose. I can usually always smell anchovies when there's anchovies on something. But Nick did something where he fucking masked the shit out of it.
Damn.
He probably like dried it off in a towel. Oh,
He probably dried it off and probably did you get a Tinder message?
I have a new match.
Hey, congratulations.
Are you gonna ask her
buddy.
about ghosts too?
Yes.
Ask
Yeah.
her about ghosts.
Yeah. About ghosts and stuff.
See, that's the thing with anchovies is that I like them, but nobody wants to be surprised by an anchovy.
Well, that's a game we've been talking about doing at work, pizza roulette.
Oh yeah.
Yes, where you hide an anchovy
Oh,
in a slice.
was it
Well,
inspired by
you-
taquito roulette?
This was before taquito roulette.
No.
And we weren't going to use anchovies. We were going to use hot sauce.
Okay, like really hot sauce.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like your,
like my Carolina Reaper sauce.
Oh, if I could borrow that for... Are you going to be at Copper Top tomorrow?
Yes.
I could borrow it and we could do pizza roulette at work tomorrow.
Pizza roulette. Pizza roulette. Let's do it. Let's let him do
Yeah.
it. Let him do it.
Someone's going to die.
I'll let
I'm
you
gonna
borrow
die.
it.
I'm not
All
gonna
right.
die.
Well, Nick is working tomorrow.
Oh, is he?
He may not let us do it.
Dang.
Also, look, I would have to run it through the oven. Would it cook fine?
You know what you do?
I don't know.
You remind.
It probably would. I mean, it would just soak into the bread.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking about doing is putting like sauce on the pizza and then like
Oh, I think it's a robot.
you just any hoozle. Where were we?
Oh, I'm sorry. You won't be able to ask her about ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, robots are so rude. When I ask them about ghosts, they're like, "Hey, do you want to watch sex on the internet?"
on the
I'm like,
intertubes?
"No. What do you think about ghosts?" And they're like, "Go to this website and type in this code, winky face." I'm like, You didn't tell me
How you feel?
how you feel about ghosts.
And they're like, ghosts don't exist.
And then
but
she's
I do.
like,
You know what does
sorry,
exist?
I got
Me
reported.
fucking you.
Sex.
I got reported by someone, so I disappeared.
Oh, I remembered something else that made me giggle.
What's that?
So Cassie is a journalist,
Yes.
and she goes to journalism school in Ohio. And that was the least believable part of the episode for me,
Oh,
because
yeah.
University of Missouri is right there in Columbia, and they have one of the best journalism schools in the country. And you know you get your first 2 years for free if you finish a program in Missouri that gives you money. So that is ridiculous. She should have gone to Mizzou, is
Well,
what I'm saying.
Maybe Ohio gave her more money.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I doubt that too.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah,
So anyone want to talk about the possessed cars?
Yeah,
Possessed
so
cars?
there's like
Possessed cars?
there's kind of like a weird culture thing with possessed cars.
There is.
Yeah,
You know what I have been thinking about recently?
possessed
What?
cars.
Yes, but
Christine.
specifically, you know how there's a fetish where people want to fuck cars?
yeah,
And then there's also a fetish where people want to fuck ghosts.
yeah.
I wonder
mean-
if, like, there's
Okay.
been some fetish marrying going on. What?
Ghost cars.
Well, they just want to fuck ghosts, and then they also want to fuck cars.
Cars.
Have you? All right, Travis. We're gonna cut back a little bit right here.
Travis is freaking out right now.
Yeah. So, do you seriously not know about people fucking cars?
No, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. If you don't,
have
don't
some
Google
websites
it.
I can show you.
Don't Google it.
Oh,
Don't go to those websites.
You don't want to go to the website.
Hey Siri.
Hey, stop. It's okay.
There's one I've seen of a man with his penis in the exhaust pipe,
Oh God.
and he's wearing a corset. I'm not saying wearing the corset's wrong. I'm saying that muffler's got to be hot because he's out in
is
the middle
car,
of a field.
Is the car on?
I don't know. It's a picture.
Oh, but he took it to the middle of a field. So
Exactly.
it had to have been on at some point.
He had to wait 5 hours for that sumbitch to cool off.
Maybe he
Jesus.
just likes a warm.
Maybe he
Yes.
likes third
A
degree
cooked
muffler
dick?
burns on his
He likes
penis.
his dick cooked.
Hey man, I had a little joke about people sticking their dick through cheese pizza, and you know that cheese is hot. So
That's-
Yeah, it
well,
is hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
I'm
as-
telling you, it's a thing.
yeah.
The
yeah.
internet made it a thing,
Masochism, sadism. But yeah,
and there's no judgment here. You have whatever fetishes you want. I'm just saying.
I think
I question.
like people fucking ghosts. That's just got to be like, because there's a smidge of ASMR porn out there.
You know what I really want
What?
is for them to do an episode on ghost fucking, like where they meet a bunch of like ghost fucking fetish people.
That would be awesome.
Trying
would
to.
be
I don't think that's an
amazing.
episode yet, but it's season 13.
Come
If-
on, Supernatural
if this
writers.
happens in
you gotta
season
last till
13.
season 14 now just to give me this episode.
Come on,
please.
baby, light my
Please.
fire.
We're gonna sue the producers of Supernatural
stealing my
for stealing
ideas.
our ideas.
Hashtag supernatural.
hire
Hashtag
me.
fuck ghosts.
I'll write it for you. It'll be amazing.
I mean, I'm sure
I
there's
think-
already fan fiction out there.
a haunted ghost fucker convention. Oh, it definitely is.
I
out
bet
there.
between the three of us, we could hammer out just the best thing the CW has seen since the French Mistake.
Yeah. Side note: do not send us anything related to ghost fucking.
Yeah, just send it to Travis
No.
No.
at Actually Talk.
No.
Don't do that.
Please
Yeah.
don't. But no, for real.
Although if you do, it would be hilarious. But don't do that. Don't do it. That would
See,
be wrong.
please don't do that. Don't, please.
But-
See now,
funny,
now
but
that
wrong.
now that we've all said don't do it, everyone's gonna do it.
I mean, do it.
Okay, do it a little bit, but
Yeah.
not too much.
Yeah, just like 1 or 2 pictures,
A
guys.
smidge.
Get together, just a titch. So, yeah, sorry. We're supposed to be talking about possessed cars. I just wanted to segue into ghost fucking and car fucking because I feel
So-
like that's not discussed enough.
Yeah.
Like,
It
when
sure
are we
as
going to get
fuck isn't.
together and talk about this as a culture? But
All right,
anyway,
so-
let's talk about some possessed cars. The idea of a possessed vehicle is actually old as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, they mentioned the Flying Dutchman in the episode, which is a ghost ship, but there's actually tons of ghost ships.
Yeah.
You can go on Wikipedia, there's a whole list of fucking ghost ships just hanging around. Mostly, you know, wrecked ships that people see after they're wrecked.
Right.
The Flying Dutchman is a, you know, cursed pirate ship. It's been thrown around in a lot of media.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
vehicle. Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, SpongeBob.
It's been a vehicle.
Yeah.
It's been a character.
Yeah. But there's also, especially in America, quite the culture of possessed cars. You've all probably heard of Little Bastard.
Yeah.
who is the Porsche. It's the Porsche that
James Dean.
died in.
Yeah.
No,
wasn't-
Dean the character. No,
Well,
yeah, James Dean.
yeah. Didn't a few people get killed by that car?
Yes. So that seems to be a theme in the possessed car, like, you know,
Somebody
sort of-
dies in the car.
right. Somebody dies in the car, or it caused several wrecks, or people who drove the car a couple days later ended up dying for mysterious reasons. There's also the Golden Eagle, which is a 1964 Dodge 330. It's a limited edition car. It has the highest count of like deaths at like. It didn't give me an exact number, the website I was looking on, but it had like more than 50
Wow.
of like people dying in the car or around the car or different wrecks. So Golden Eagle, quite the killer car. Now in media, the most iconic possessed car is of course Herbie. The Love Bug. No, I'm just kidding. It's Christine. It's definitely Christine from the Stephen King novel, which came out in the 1980s, which is about a... Now, it's interesting. That car is interesting because Christine, like, people, if you haven't read the novel or seen the movie, you're thinking, Christine, that's the name of the ghost possessing the car. And that's not true. The name of the ghost possessing the car is actually a guy named... Fuck.
Artie?
No.
No.
Arnie is the guy who
Arnie.
buys the car.
Oh.
Right. It's a LeBange or something?
Okay, Google. Name of the ghost that
Nope, it's all right. I got it.
that haunts Christine.
But he actually, it's rumored to have killed 2 people in his car. His daughter... Don't do that.
Nice.
Stop. No, I'm
My
just
bad.
kidding. His daughter choked on a hamburger in the
Oh.
back seat. But you find out later in the novel that she probably started choking outside of the car, and then he moved her to the car so the car would become possessed. And he was like obsessed with it.
Weird.
And he sells the car, and then he dies, and then he's actually the ghost possessing the car. And he actually leaves the car and possesses Arnie for a little bit.
Weird.
This ghost gets the fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, we still have the like violent death or violent obsession led to the possessed car.
Yeah.
There are possessed vehicles in other countries. I mean, the Flying Dutchman is, definitely not. And there are things like possessed trains and possessed planes and possessed automobiles. But
Yeah.
Well, there was that local legend here in Huntsville about like Hell's Gates. About like you
Yeah.
driving up to the top and like parking against like the gates. This like it was like either like a Lincoln Continental or like a big ass Cadillac would just come like roaring down the hill, like down the mountain at you. Like so, like there's several of those stories just in places.
But there's something about a possessed car that seems uniquely American to me.
Well, it's because of the American love for the vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
Cars are
Cars
a
are a big thing in America.
Yeah. They're a big thing in America. They were developed in America. They're just very American. And so it kind of makes sense. There's also like a big part in American culture about a coming of age aspect with cars.
Yeah. Like
You
when
know.
you turn 16.
Right.
Or
Like learning how to drive.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that's especially for boys.
Yeah.
A big part of Christine is a coming of age story where Arnie, the guy who buys the car, goes through, the sort of annals of manhood. He
Yeah.
buys a car. He has sex in that car. He, accidentally leads to the death of his entire family. Very masculine traits.
Yeah, just a real loss of innocence tale there.
Yeah, it really is. But the point is that, like, so to have a possessed car who's going around violently killing people, it's sort of transgressive on this
Yeah.
idea of, like, American boyhood and growing up in the good old days in the 1950s when everything was peaches and cream and summer pie.
Yeah.
Like, I think how this connects to Supernatural is if a possessed car is transgressing on our idea of how, like, white good old boys grow up and become attached to their cars, then to have a possessed truck possessed by a violent racist from the 1960s in Missouri, that's like the ultimate transgression on the idea of what the good old days were.
Yeah.
Several times throughout the episode, we have black characters saying the 60s were not a good time for us, but it was a good time for Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he became a man during that time.
Yeah.
He had a girlfriend. He got that car.
His family owned the town.
His family owned the town. So I think, because cars are often a metaphor for freedom and going on a journey. Because you're
Right.
literally going on a journey, but then you're also spiritually going on a journey, or, going on a journey through life. So I think that's kind of where there's I like to find when we do these little the story behind the monster segments.
Yeah.
I like to find what Supernatural was trying to say about the greater mythos that even maybe the writers weren't aware of when they were writing it.
Yeah.
Because when Stephen King wrote Christine, he was not thinking, I have to write a fucked up coming of age tale.
Yeah.
He was just like, how can I make this a scary story? But we can read in these different symbolisms.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of deconstructionalism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because,
So so that's my little tale.
Yeah.
Although I do want to talk about this amazing sitcom from the 1960s called My Mother the Car. It's about a guy whose car is possessed by his mom.
Nice.
It's like a 1920s
Knight Rider?
Model T type car.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh yeah, Knight Rider. That's not car possessed
wasn't
car. That's his
possessed.
He's a
technology.
possessed car, but he's
He's in like an AI in a car, which
he's
could
a talking sentient car.
it's
It's kind of possessed then.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the sci-fi version of these fantasy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
not like hard sci-fi, but maybe a rigid sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. Well, that's the thing about looking back on these episodes is that we can look at them and read more into them than what they meant. Because they did not go into this episode thinking hey, let's have an episode where we have this ghost car, but we have these really heavy themes of civil rights
Yeah.
and killing black folk.
We're going to have the car represent the ultimate transgression on the idea that the 1950s was a great time for everybody.
See, they probably started with the idea of
Ghost car.
Murder car.
possessed by dude who did murders.
Yeah.
Yes, makes sense.
And
I'm on board.
then they had to make it American.
Oh, you lost me.
Yeah.
There's nothing more American than apple pie and racism.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is literally built into the foundation of our country.
And people put cheese on both of those.
That's true. All right, so final thoughts on the episode?
It was good as far as character interaction goes,
Right.
Sam
Yeah.
and Dean interacting with Cassie, Dean developing in kind of a more emotional kind of way.
Opening up to somebody who wasn't a family member or...
Yeah. Other than that, you just heard our thoughts on everything else.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think for me, this is the ultimate meh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it's just like,
It's not super bad. It's not super good.
your heart was in the right place supernaturally. You just missed the mark, and that's not good.
Out of 10, where would you put it, Travis?
I put it right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I said 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.
Not terrible.
Not great.
Yeah.
It could have been better.
Better than Bugs.
I just wish
Better than
Better
Bugs.
than Bugs. Yeah. I just wish it had delivered
Yeah.
on, because I wanted this episode to be absolutely nuts.
But see-
I wanted it to be off the wall weird.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be crazy. I wanted there to be cars driving around and
I don't. Yeah.
zoot away. I wanted that.
I don't
And-
think when this episode was released, they probably thought that the audience wasn't ready for that yet.
Yeah, that's very possible. They were like, we can't get cray-cray. We gotta
Yeah.
get normal cray.
Yeah.
Got to build up to it. But that being said, between this episode and Bugs, we had minorities involved. But I think it did better with this episode than Bugs.
Yeah, we didn't have to go to a
Run.
person of color for plot.
Yeah, there was no runs with plot or runs with the
I
exposition
will,
character.
will say this. Yeah, at least Cassie is a more integral part in the episode than the Native American man they go
Yeah.
to for exposition.
Yeah.
Now,
She is a more important character both thematically and for the development of other characters in the story,
Yeah.
and that is good. But here's my thing. We're just comparing two. We're
two
just
two
we're,
turds.
We're taking the turd that's slightly less green.
Yeah. Well, on one side there was no runs with exposition,
Yeah.
but the plot was driven by a ghost car.
You just wanted to say that. You didn't even. Boo, Ben, boo. Oh God.
All right.
Fuck you, I'm proud of that joke. Anything else?
All right. Yeah, that's all I have. I mean, what else is there to say?
Well, before we end, I want to give a shout out to something that's not really related to Supernatural.
Okay.
But
Shout out, baby.
a friend of mine, one of our bosses actually, his wife is a writer.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the day of this recording, it's
October 10th.
October 10th. Her book got released today.
Yep.
Yay!
It's called
If you can't remember,
Dare
to dream, dare to.
No.
Dare to dream, dare to scream.
Oh man, now I feel like an idiot because I'm blanking. Oh, it's called Dare Mighty Things. And it's a young adult novel about a little girl, not a little girl, but it's a young adult novel about a girl who gets to go to space and like do things in space. And that's all I'm going to say about it because that's all I can really remember about it.
Well,
But-
it's a bit heavier than that, and it seems like a wonderful book. I've read the synopsis a few times because he would not let me read it before.
Yeah.
Can we get it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere right now.
It's
That's awesome.
literally everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
in my raccoon wounds.
If you enjoy
And even-
books about space and young women doing cool things in space,
Yeah.
go check it
Yeah.
out.
And they even did a like top 20 releases of this week on Amazon, and her book was the top.
That's awesome.
Like
Yeah.
John Green was way at the bottom.
Fuck you, John Green. Just
Fuck
kidding.
John
He's
Green.
fine.
Dare Mighty Things
He's wonderful.
by Heather Krasinski. Go check it out. Go support
Local writers.
local writers, local Huntsville
local to
writers.
us, but-
local to
Yeah.
us,
Yeah. Support writers.
Yeah.
but go. She's been working on this really hard
For years.
years, and like this last year, she really got the ball rolling on it, and
Knocked it out of the goddamn park.
I really want to see it do
Good things.
mighty things.
I think
Dare-
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She was doing
wanna dare it to do mighty
like at
things.
least
Yeah.
panels at several conventions around the
Yeah,
country.
she even like has done panels at Dragon Con and stuff about becoming a new author and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That's
So-
awesome.
So you may have seen her if you go to those
Maybe.
things.
But go read that book.
Yeah.
Help support our friend's wife.
Help support a dreamer, man.
Yeah.
Support them dreams.
But that's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, Travis, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The next episode is called Nightmare.
Nightmare.
What do you think it's about?
All right. Sam and Dean go to a hotel, and it's like an old hotel.
How
Okay.
old?
It's like from the 20s.
Okay.
Damn, that's pretty old.
That's goddamn
And
old.
they go to this
About to
hotel,
be 100 years old.
and they get a room, and the hotel has these like old school pajamas, like the old striped pajamas that you'd see with the little hat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Like a nightshirt.
they have those like in the hotel. They're like complimentary. You can wear them like the bathrobes.
Oh, that sounds
So you
nice.
could wear these little pajamas, but then wearing the pajamas with the night hat and everything like that, it syncs everybody up into this hive mind fever dream where everybody is in a death match and you have to kill each other, and it goes. The very peak of it is like a big tournament, and the very peak of it is Sam versus Dean, and it's a nightmare because they can't bring each other to kill each other.
That actually sounds amazing.
Yeah. That sounds like something Wes Anderson and like Quentin Tarantino and Eli Roth would make.
Wes
Goddamn.
Anderson.
Well, I thought that because of the hotel.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, one of those
Like-
tastes is
like-
not like the other.
Well, Wes Anderson aesthetic, Quentin Tarantino writing, Eli Roth like special effects.
That actually sounds amazing, and I'm in.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's better than the episode that airs next week.
Honestly, yes.
But if
And-
that happens, we'll talk about it
about it.
on Hey Assbutt.
Yeah, anytime.
You can find us at Habcast on Twitter and Instagram. We also have a Tumblr, habcast.tumblr.com, and an email, heyassbutt@gmail.com. So,
hit us up.
yeah,
Hit
please
us up
let
on
us
the
know your
socials.
thoughts and your questions and your dreams, and to send Travis car porn. So,
Yeah.
Don't do that.
ghost fucking porn. So, have fun with that,
Yeah.
And don't die.
and don't die.
And until next time, we've been Hey Assbutt.
Hello?
Travis being very professional with his
What?
phone call from work.
I just got this, and we'll cut this out.
Well, that's why I'm just going to be like a massive dick right now.
Narrating.
Exactly. He seems worried.
Yes.
The place could be on fire. Oh, son of a bitch, he has done something.
Travis is dead.
Oh, God.
Oh,
He's been dead for 10
Oh,
years.
shit.
I live with a ghost.
damn.
And I guess now I believe in ghosts.
Oh, shit.
I enjoy whispering in the microphone at the
It's a good time. No.
Yeah, I'll.
hear your weird whispers.
Boom, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo, boom.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go by there before they close. All right, cool.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Are you Tears for Fears fan?
I like a few of their songs.
I mean, I didn't have a Tears for Fear poster over my bed when I was a kid.
Okay, yeah, I'll go by there before they close.
Go to a Tears for Fears concert.
All right.
I would just listen to the
Okay,
Holy Mad World for like a very long time.
Oh, you mean, yeah, I hate that song.
I should have just stopped the recording. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
We enjoyed
making.
whispering each other.
I'm just making more work for myself at this
We,
point.
we were going to narrate the phone call. Honestly, you could leave it in. It's like, this is
Yeah.
going to be Patreon footage, I suppose.
Probably.
It's going to be
Or
a good
like
time.
the back, the
Yeah.
stinger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Air is.
If you're listening right now and you live in Satan's Butt Crack, Nevada,
Please message
please,
us.
Steven, down from there.
Oh shit!
I'm not about to have this fucking cat knock over my audio equipment.